Good evening, one and all. It is Sunday, it is the end of the working week, and it is time that we jump into some more good old Warframe. Welcome everyone, I hope you're doing well where you are around the world. Those of you trying to claim a ticket, hold. It's not yet 7 o'clock here in the UK, the stream is only just starting up. I've started us a couple minutes early to make sure that the initial ad that Twitch loves to play that's just annoys a lot of people, we can get that one out the way before the giveaway actually starts. So the tickets aren't open just yet. That's why there is a pinned message right at the top of the screen, and it's why I said the giveaway for the Warframe for this Lavos Prime Access starts at 7 UK. So hold until that ad clears itself out the way. But welcome on everyone. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world. Our fashion frame is peak. I'm glad you like it. Oh god, I've broken the gate. There we are. We're fine. I'm glad you like it. I basically took the same style that I had on Lavos and moved it over to Lavos Prime, working with the new color channels that it of course comes with. Which actually Lavos Prime looks fittingly lavery. It does fit nicely, doesn't it? Yes, it does fit on. Absolutely. Yo! Eliu, thank you very much for gifting a sub out to, well, directly over to The Phil Life, I believe that is. Thank you very much for that there, much appreciated. Cheers, Eliu. These colours so perfect, I can bring these up for you, absolutely. Let's pop them down. The ads should now be clearing up for everyone who's just received one of those. Or more than one, as the case may be on Twitch, I don't know. I don't suffer ads on my own channel, understandably. You got an ad when you join the stream, why did you get another one? So Leslie, the way that Twitch works... is that if a streamer runs mid-roll ads, then you don't get pre-roll ads. Pre-roll being the ones that happen the moment you try to join a stream, mid-roll being the ones that happen whilst you're watching the stream. But Twitch is stupid. And I mean this fully and accurately. Twitch is stupid. The way Twitch handles its advert schedule, where on this channel we run adverts every 20 minutes to avoid the pre-rolls, it doesn't start running the ads at the start of the stream, and therefore counts that as time to hit you with a pre-roll ad. So if you come at the very start of the stream, you'll get a pre-roll ad, and then the schedule kicks in, you get hit with another ad straight away. It's infuriating. And I do have a 3-minute starting soon screen, which is supposed to mitigate the majority of that, but also Twitch doesn't know how long a minute is. So despite me setting the schedule to start adverts after 1 minute, which is the shortest time they've given me, they actually start the adverts at about 2.5 minutes in. So, there is absolutely nothing I can do about that. The only thing I can reasonably do is to have an even longer starting soon screen, and no one really wants that. So yeah. People really only here for one reason, it's a little disappointing. Nah, boy, it's fine. People are joining in, trying to get the tickets, and also wanting to enjoy all the good Lavos fiddling that's going to happen. I think that's the best word, fiddling. I think it's about time that we hit the open on that giveaway now. It's not quite 7, you know, we'll give it a little bit of leeway. Bit of 60-second leeway. 90 seconds, it's close enough. Let's start that. Alright, the giveaway is open. You can grab your tickets now. Giveaway is open. There we go. Let me try and scroll and pin that. There we are. Okay, and let's make that sit for 180 minutes. Oh, nope. Twitch doesn't allow that. Must be between 30 seconds and 30 minutes. Okay, how about just stay until end of stream then, which happens to be 3 hours. Fine, Twitch. Random limitations. You gotta love them. And by that I mean I don't. I absolutely do not love them, but it's fine. Alright then, let's minimize all this stuff. There we go, that's all gone out of the way. And that was a resubscription of 15 months from Dark Wolf Steel. Dark Wolf, thank you very much for continuing your support here on the channel. Much appreciated. Cheers. Extra long hydrate because I see the hydrate at the same time. Cheers for that. Is that a skin on Latron? I don't believe so. Nope. That is just Latron Prime being Latron Prime. No, the only skinage going on here is this is Lavos Prime. This is indeed Lavos Prime. I'm using the Harrow Noble animation set because it just works so well. It works especially well here because the way it gets him to straighten his back, the Syandana doesn't clip anywhere near as much. If I switch this over to, say, Lavos Noble, you see then how much clipping starts to happen here with the Syandana. It looks horrible. I'll be quite honest, that looks absolutely horrible. But if I go back to the Harrow, the way he straightens up removes the majority of that clipping, at least with little wiggles. Obviously, big wiggles, things break. But with little wiggles, the Harrow Noble actually fixes that. So, there's a neat fashion trick for you. Harrow Noble, get rid of the clipping with your backside. And then in terms of the colours here, I'm using a very dark red-brown from the Sanctum colour palette here on the primary channel. You see it's that channel there that's being affected. We've got a jet black in use on the secondary and on the accents. I've taken that from the Pride Celebration, but you can use it from Smoke or any other palette that has a nice solid black. For the tertiary, we have a Halloween red. So it needs to be a really deep red, because if you go for a bright one, it kind of looks tacky. So it needed to be a really deep, dark red. And that's where we're coming in with that one. And then for the emissives, a mix of orange and red gives a lovely overall
there
glow.
equals D.
Mariadek, thank you very much for resubscribing up onto 15 months. Much appreciated as well. You're sharing a resub there with Dark Wolf. We both on 15 months. Look at that. Thank you both of you. Much appreciated. Oh. Cheers indeed. Now, as for the attachments, we've got the Protovire Emergent Chest Armor. So it's the middle of the three. It gives it just a bit of energy, but not too much energy. Just enough to kind of fill in the space, as it were. And again, we're using very similar colours as with the main, but you'll notice that the primary has that bright red to it, rather than nullifying it. And that's because of the leg plates down here. If we went with a dark red, it looks a little bit tacky. The bright red gives it a little bit more fire and energy. So the attachments just come out that a little bit nicer with the bright red primary there, without affecting the rest of the kit. We have the Lavos Prime shoulder guards. They have to stay in place, otherwise we're losing a big part of what the Prime stands out with. Same is true with Lavos Prime arterial tubes, can't get rid of those. And then we've got the Protovire Emergent leg plates, matching in with the chest plate, again giving it that fiery energy. All that coming together. Since when am I this invested in fashion? I'm not really that invested in it, but I know that a lot of people are going to wonder how the hell this all comes together. What makes it work? How can they have a Lavos that looks like Kenjaneer's Lavos? As basically the Lavos main, and certainly in the creator space, I might as well go through those details. No Ephemera or Signa, so I had to play with different Signas, and none of them really fit the way I wanted them to. So I skipped out on that. And as for Ephemera, again, that makes it very busy. I like my frames to be distinct, not busy. It's all too easy to become just an explosion of energy, and then it's hard to really see the frame. Whereas this, we can still very clearly capture the essence that is Lavos. And then for the Syandana, I have of course once again gone with the Solstice Vanquished banner, because I've been using that one on normal Lavos the entire time, and it works quite nicely. So Solstice Vanquished banner, sitting up there, give this tatty look to it all. And I think it works quite nicely. Just that little bit of shredded nature, show that the focus isn't on being all trim and proper. The focus is on getting it done. That's Lavos. That is Lavos. So if we compare between Lavos Prime and my original Lavos, you can see the original Lavos there is going for a similar kind of obsidian look. But Lavos Prime, I've given much more energy to, is much more kind of invigorated. This is the lava that flows out on Hawaii, and this is the volcano that came to life entirely. Huh. So that's how that all comes together. That is how that all comes together. And yes, why have I gone for lava is absolutely because Lava Lavos. It's basically a pun. For the last few years, I have just been rocking a pun. And yes, rocking a pun. It's another pun. It's all puns, all the way down. My viewer count will now drop to 5. Lordy, you need to take out the space on the exclamation mark ticket there, otherwise the bot can't read it. Just gotta do that. How much of an improvement is Lavos Prime over the base stats? That is a very good question. And we can show you right here. The entire change is on a few shield hit points and quite a few health hit points. No change to armor, no change to sprint speed, no change to energy, obviously. The shield increase is kind of neither here nor there because Lavos can't really utilize shield gating through energy means. No energy. It's kind of pointless. The shield increase is very nothing, whereas the health increase, that is a significant increase in his overall effective hit points. Effective hit points isn't the biggest deal in Warframe overall. It's not that much of an overall boost, but it does increase the amount of damage you can take before you die, obviously. It increases the regeneration you can get from percent-based heals, like Arcane Grace. So, it is still a positive. How are the polarities? That is the downside, and so I have been doing a lot of formering. And this is the current former setup I have on him. So I've still got one of the dash polarities, I've removed the other one, and instead I've got 3 umbral polarities because I like the umbral set on him. Don't worry, I will be covering ways to build around that aren't umbral. But I have got the 3 umbrals on him, as well as a double D over here and a V over there. And there's a D up here. Total I've invested is 6 former, so 3 umbrals, and I think it's DV is what I've invested. I've taken out one of the dash polarities, because my go-to builds for Lavos don't even use 1 dash polarity. So to have 2 built into him definitely stings. It wasn't necessary. When you think about dash polarity mods, some of the biggest mods out there, Arc and Stretch. Why would you use it over normal stretch? You wouldn't, because it gives energy regen. Lavos doesn't need that. Equilibrium. Again, Lavos doesn't need that. Prime Flow. Lavos doesn't need that. Some of the absolute biggest mods in the dash polarity world, Lavos doesn't use. So you want your polarities on the other, bigger, draining mods. And that's not what they gave him. So those dash polarities are a downside, definitely. Arcane Agility? Yes, that is an arcane. If you're questioning what it actually does, it gives parkour velocity, and seeing as Lavos face tanks, it's going to be triggered a lot of the time, so a lot of movement. The Augur mods, maybe? But that's the thing, the Augur mods are cheap. The Augur mods are really cheap. You don't need to innate dash polarities to maybe consider using Augur Reach and Augur Secrets. You don't. If you really want to min-max a build to that point, you would invest the former to that. But having 2 innate dashes on him, not just 1 for maybe an Augur mod, but 2, is too much. So I don't like that about it, I will be honest. Augur no use because no energy? No, you've still got the main use of the mod, so you can have the extra range, which is hard to come by overall. You can have the extra strength, 24% is nothing to sniff at. You can have the extra duration. They're not amazing, but they're not to be ignored. Just because you don't get the set effect doesn't mean you don't get the main effect. But yes, you will not get shield regeneration from the Augur set. The secondary part of it is functionally missing on Lavos. It can't exist. He doesn't spend energy, even with subsumed abilities. Which brings us on to what we are going to be talking about today. We'll just update the lights back there at the request of Sir Kelton. I don't want to be focusing too much on just basic Lavos because I've already done videos about that. If you want to run through as to how his abilities work, that's the first video. If you want the details on how to use more up-to-date builds, that'll be the third video. If you want a basically love letter to how Lavos is amazing, that's the second video. All of those under exclamation mark Lavos. No, I want to be looking at removing this cyst first of all. Ew. No, I want to be looking at the helminth options. The helminth options are where a lot of people get a bit skittish. Really, really skittish when it comes to Lavos because you lose the infusion of an entire element. So you lose... you lose 4 of your options outright. 4 out of 10, which is a lot of options to lose. And a lot of options to lose. Oh, but is that command still active? Thanks for a reminder. Let me fix that real quick. That was over a week ago now. There we are, that's gone. Thanks. Anyway, so when it comes to subsumes, it's a lot of options, and taking away 40% of your elemental infusion options. So a lot of people, understandably, want to sit back from that. So why would you subsume, for example, Nourish to give you and your team viral when you can just use Valence Formation and already give yourself viral? Or hell, just apply viral to your abilities, spread the status effect, and then not care about the rest. Use something else. Nourish's other effect of giving you that viral armor explosion, Lavos doesn't care, he can already put out the viral, and the energy bonus is nothing to Lavos. So Nourish, understandably, is very much a easily ignored option for Lavos. Am I going to put the same Archon shards on him? I'm still debating on which Archon shards to use exactly. I will figure out exactly that down the line, because of the sheer bile cost involved in taking them out if I'm wrong. Grumpy Hubby, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel there. That lovely blue badge, and no more ads for you. Cheers. Electric is from the probe? Yes. Yeah, so if you subsume out Transmutation Probe, you'll no longer be able to infuse electric, magnetic, corrosive, or radiation.
Cheers to my favorite Warframe Plus content creator. Loved helping testing the Warframe in D&D supplement.
Curb EMB, thank you very much for resubscribing with your Prime there. A full pot of tea achieved. That's 12 months of support on the channel. Much appreciated. And it was a pleasure having you along for the D&D playtesting as well in advance of putting out that document. Absolutely. Cheers indeed, Curb. Cheers indeed. So, as I say, what I want to do is go through the helminth options here and see where there can be some curious alternatives. Now when it comes to subsuming, if you're going to subsume an ability onto Lavos, you need to understand first of all how the subsumes work on him. When you subsume an ability onto him, it loses its energy cost and instead gains a simple 10-second cooldown. It doesn't matter if you're using a 25 drain ability like Banish, or if you're using a 75 drain ability like Roar, it is always a 10-second cooldown on Lavos. So you are relatively free to pick, ignoring the normal costs. That's part of the fun of Lavos. Energy isn't a concern. That 10-second cooldown can of course also be reduced by his third ability, or by his first if you have the augment equipped. And if you increase your efficiency, you increase the amount of cooldown reduction that happens. Unlike other Warframes, where efficiency, the lower it gets, the greater the impact each additional point of efficiency gives you, with Lavos, because it is an increasing effect of the amount of cooldown reduction, getting to max efficiency isn't anywhere near as valuable. If you go from 160% to 175% efficiency on a normal Warframe, then you drop your energy cost from 40% to 25%, they're nearly half the cost for that small change. But for Lavos, 160 to 175% efficiency, you're not even increasing the cooldown reduction by 10%. So, he doesn't need huge efficiency to get the most out of that cooldown reduction. It's still helpful, but he doesn't need to go crazy on it. How does cooldown work with channeled abilities, for example Gloom? So with Gloom, it becomes a duration-based ability, and then goes on to its cooldown. With all subsumed abilities, and indeed all abilities for Lavos, if it is not recastable during its duration, then it goes on to cooldown once the duration ends. If, however, the ability is recastable, then the cooldown starts the moment it is cast. That was a terrible click. So in the case of Roar, if you, where is it? There it is. If you put this onto Rhino, off of Rhino onto Lavos without the augment, then it is not recastable. It sits for the entire duration. You can't cast it again until it expires. And so in Lavos' case, it then goes on to a 10-second cooldown, unless you've already reduced the cooldown due to using your 3 or augmented 1. Effectively, it has a 10-second cooldown that doesn't start ticking until the ability runs out. But if you equip the augment for Piercing Roar, then it becomes recastable, and so Lavos, so long as he's got a 10-second duration, can cast it immediately on the ability expiring, because the cooldown's already gone. So it's a bit of a quirk on that one. And like I say, with Gloom, it gains a duration stat on it. I forget exactly what duration it gains. So you know what, I'm actually going to look that up real quickly, because I don't want to infuse Gloom. As much as it is an option, I don't particularly want to infuse it. So let's have a quick look here. On Lavos, it gains a 12-second duration, 10-second cooldown. And cooldown is after deactivation. So in order to avoid that cooldown, you would need to pre-charge it with your 3 and Auged 1. Yeah. Why is it raw recastable by default though? Because that's the way it is. If you want to complain about that, take it to DE. How does the Cyto 9 subsume work on Lavos? Same again. Same again. It has itself a duration. It has itself a cooldown. 60-second cooldown rather than 10 seconds, granted. Once again, you can reduce that cooldown before it goes on to cooldown, so that if you do end up going onto that 60-second cooldown, you can get around it sooner. Absolutely. Because the cooldown on evade starts ticking immediately on cast, if you manage to make it last 60 seconds, there is no cooldown anyway. But Lavos can take that further, so you've got a little bit more resilience to work with on the timing compared to every other Warframe. Lavos can even reset the cooldown that Samaris applies to the abilities for being overly cast in ESO. No other Warframe can do that. Only Lavos can tell Samaris to go do one. Absolutely. Just a question, says Dark Wolf. With the augment for his first ability is 3, the one you want to get rid of, since gas with his 4th is very powerful and leads to viral. So it all comes down to how you're going about it. As much as viral is nice, you can just prime viral from your companion or from another weapon, which means that what do you call it? Yeah, you don't need the cold on Lavos. You can theoretically subsume that out, or you could subsume out his 4 if you don't need the damage from it. You absolutely can get around it there. You don't just have to focus on the elemental aspects, because you can still just, you know, use the rest of the game for that. You cannot make the duration 60 seconds. Well, you can't get it all the way up to 60 is my understanding, no, but you constantly can re-extend it. The max duration is capped, but you can still keep using it. In fact, let's make Evade our first subsume today. Let's pop that onto slot C here. Let's make Evade our first subsume and see how it all actually plays out, shall we? Let's just quickly feed this Angie thing, have some eyeballs, have some pitchweave. Yeah, I'm not going to need all that. So many circuits, so many detonite, so many field run, have it all. Pheromones, we got these. Lamentus, who even needs that? Neurodes, chunk them in. Techroc chitin, why not? There we go. Feedy feed. There we are then. Cafe, cheers. Alright then. Let's infuse this. Now, for Evade, if I'm going to be going invisible, I'm not sure that my focus is really going to be on a catalyze approach. Because I can still keep instead Vile Rush, I can still keep all of the subsumes down this side. I just take out the heat aspect of things. But it does mean losing the gas and blast options as well. It is a tough trade-off. Whereas if I take out Vile Rush, I lose mobility. And because I'll be evading, I won't be using Arcane Velocity for tank, because I intend to not be shot at. In fact, how much tank would you need? You shouldn't be shot at all if you're going for evade build. It's a toughie. I don't want to be subsuming off Ophidian Bite or Transmutation Probe, because those are going to be crucial cooldown reductions should something go wrong with evade. Those are going to be crucial. So, bringing it all together, I'm going to take off Catalyze for now. And if I change my mind on that later, I change my mind on that later. I mean, we're going to be doing lots of different tests anyway, so let's boost this out. There we are then. So now let's fiddle with the modding on that. Is Arcane Ice Storm a good arcane for Lavos? It's all about the build, Bite. It's all about the build. Not the frame, the build. Alright then, so config C currently has nothing on it. Let's just copy over whatever I've got on this build for the moment. Copy that over here, override. And whilst we're at it, let's name these. We've got main, golden, test. There we are. Okay, cool. So if we're going for evade, we don't need all of this insane strength. So that straight away can go. I know I've got the umbral polarities here. I'm going to have to work around that. But we don't need to have the sheer amount of tank. So I'm going to... yeah, I've kind of done myself into a little bit of a corner here. Take those off, move you around, move you off. And let's instead just go with our basics of steel fiber and let's take you out. That's not going to fit like that. Not going to need pressure footed right now. Let's do that. That'll give me some space to work with. Okay, good. So yeah, strength has taken a hit, but that's fine. We should still have plenty. In fact, do we even need much in the way of strength here? I don't think we do. Yeah, I don't think we actually need strength if we're going for an evade setup. So no, we can skip that. Is there a giveaway thing? Yes, that would be why there's a giveaway in the title. That would be why there's a ticket suggestion in the pinned comment. Absolutely. Right, let's see then. So I've got range on the setup because range is just very nice to have. Duration is probably going to be our biggest bit, so let's work on that duration. Now, it currently says max duration 23.25 and capped at 25. How capped does capped cap? If I just do that. See, this doesn't look very capped. That's, this feels a little bit poorly communicated. So, you know what? I'm going to ask the wiki. Hey, wiki, what the hell? Subsumed evade base duration is reduced 10 seconds and is capped at 15 seconds. Also doesn't match the information I have here. Unless unless it is a typo. The maximum duration is capped 25 seconds actually means 15. Which would be half of what it is normally. On Cyto 9 it's a 30-second base cap. And then the duration stat can increase that. That sounds more likely. That just sounds more likely to me. Alright, so we don't actually want to go... Yeah, we don't want to go narrow-minded because we need the range, so let's put that overextended back. That is good to have. Let's get our duration elsewise. I can put Constitution into here. Given the cost of mods... Yeah, given the cost of mods, I'm not going to be able to fit a lot more. Because that's going to... Yeah, it's going to require more than I have. Let's have a think. I can skip out Arc and Continuity down to Primed. That should give me the point I need. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. That was weird. There we go. Okay, that just about fits with these tri-umbral setup. It is a limitation. I'm probably going to build another Lavos Prime to get around this. Umbral fiber, steel fiber. I suppose I can just do that, can't I? Now I think about it, I am being a bit silly here. Wait, you know, yeah, why am I including these? I specifically said I was not including these. I don't need these. No, you out. I don't need those. So I can do it like that. Having the health as a backup is a good enough idea, but I can drop the... I can drop this down, drop that down. Yeah, I don't need that much. We're going for invis. What am I doing? Oopsies. Being a bit silly. Don't mind me. Right, that gives us more to work with. Can I squeeze in more duration? Not great, but it's duration. Slap it in there. I could try and squeeze in a partially ranked narrow-minded with overextended. We lose a little bit of the range, but we now gain even more duration. I can get this to a max duration of all the way up to 42.75. However, I kind of want to have some more efficiency. But first, Frozen Balls, thank you very much for the raid of 78. Welcome on in. Welcome in, every single one of you. Hope you're doing well wherever every single one of you is from around the world. We're in the midst of meddling with Lavos subsumed, and also we have a Lavos Prime Access giveaway today, so welcome in every single one of you. This is exactly the right time to be here. Cheers indeed for the raid. Yum, paid for light services? Yes, you did. Yes, you want some purple. You can have some purple. There you are. Purple acquired. There we are. Okay, try Umbral Vitality to free up the Depolarity. Yeah, you know what, that's a fair shout. That is an absolutely fair shout. If I do that, Umbral Vitality, there we go, that's just smart. Okay. So thinking about it here, I would like to have some efficiency, and given the sheer amount of duration I have, I can actually get away with that. My duration hits 197%, 29.55 seconds. I think that should be manageable. Ray saying, Ken, I don't trust those Arsenal numbers. Okay. You don't have to. Their health and armor's not maxed because it's a rank 8 frame, Ray, so... Sure. Trust what you don't. There we go. Swap these two. You know what, I can do that. And it just looks nicer, doesn't it? That just looks nicer. And in fact, this auger message, can I swap that now for Constitution? Because it is a higher bonus. What about if I do that? Can I do it this way? Dang it. What if I do this? Dang it. Oh well, it's 4%. I don't actually care. This'll sit. I don't care about 4%. First time watching, got recommended from a friend a while back. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Welcome in. Your friend has good taste. Doesn't passive work on Prime Sure-Footed? So the passive is absolutely fine for that. Yes, if you do have status immunity, you have knockback and stagger immunity. But if you do not pick up an energy orb every 10 seconds or a universal orb, then you're going to miss out, aren't you? You're going to miss out on having Prime Sure-Footed, and if you get knocked down, it's just frustrating. So yes, you can absolutely skip out on this and put some other 15% mod there if you really care for that. By the way, we have Archon Shards. So you can instead just not worry about leakage. Just use 3 on orbs? Yeah, we can know. You can just use 3 on orbs and all those orbs that Lavos is well known for generating. Look, I'm not going to go into a long explanation as to how this works out. I'm just going to have you take it on faith that someone that has, and I want to be very clear on this, someone that has some exceptional playtime on Lavos, 22.3% of my playtime is Lavos. When I say that his passive doesn't have total uptime, I'm just going to have to require that you believe me. I'm just going to have to require that you believe me on that. And if you don't believe me, then fair enough, live your own life. I can't stop you. If you don't want to use Prime Sure-Footed, that's absolutely fine. It's not required. But this isn't a case of Atlas standing on the ground and wasting a mod. This is from actual genuine experience of running without the mod, getting knocked down, and recognizing the weakness. Uptime depends on setting? That it absolutely does, yes. Trust me, I got this. Well, Arcane instead of agility though? Yep, still working my way through the bits and pieces, it's fine. Instead of agility, if we still want to have mobility, we can absolutely go with consequence. Because we maintain evade with weak points, and this is on headshot. Miralabe, thank you very much for the gifted sub over to Snake Raider 47. It's much appreciated of you there. And Snake Raider, make sure you say thanks for that. Miralabe, cheers indeed. Cheers. So with this, we'll still maintain our parkour mobility. Arcane Grace also doesn't need to be here because we're that much lower tank. And we're going for invis, that is kind of pointless to us. In fact, I could just go for the very basic molt efficiency while shields are active, because if we're invisible, shields should be active. I can also put Arcane Continuity back. That I can. Good shout. Absolutely good shout. So molt efficiency is our default we can go for there. You've got things like Arcane Acceleration just to give yourself a fire rate bonus. Sure, why not? Arcane Arachne if you're messing around with something that can benefit along that side. Various options exist for you. Various options. Arcane Battery is not one of those options. I mean, it even allows us to put it on here. Gain maximum energy per armor point. I do notice that that hasn't had an effect here. And I can't help but wonder if DE thought ahead on that one. Don't use Arcane Battery unless you want to really annoy some people. Yeah. Most of this is going to be pretty irrelevant for us in a lot of ways. We can go for Crepuscular, while invisible, gain strength, which doesn't matter so much, but final crit multiplier, now that is nice. That is nice. So we can either go for the duration bonus, or we can go for the crit bonus whilst invis. There are options, there's flexibility, it comes down to what you prefer. If you're not using a crit build and you're not using strength, obviously Crepuscular will be useless to you.
I
that
clicked
kind of
the
thing.
button. Indeed, deal with it.
Toriel! I shall indeed deal with it. You have clicked a very good button there. You've used your Amazon Prime, turned it into a Prime Gaming sub here on the channel for the second month. You got a lovely bronze badge next to your name, and Jeff Bezos has a little bit less money in their pocket. Thank you very much for that. Ellie has also found other buttons they can click and unclick very quickly. Careful now, Ellie. Very careful now. Cheers indeed, though, Toriel. Cheers indeed. Arcane Battery is the sleeper pick. Hildred also benefits from it a ton. Do you want to know something really cursed? Do you want to know something really, really cursed? And genuinely, there is no point you'd need to use this, but it is true. Lavos can use primed flow and normal flow and gain a benefit from it. I'm not joking with you right now. Fail Faster Fate, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome on into the channel and enjoy that lovely blue sub badge, and no more ads for you. Cheers indeed. Yep, Lavos can use flow and benefit from it. Captain Sweatpants needs to calm down because it is indeed Arcwing. When you go into Arcwing or you do an Arcwing mission, your starting energy in Arcwing is determined by your Warframe. And the starting energy of your Warframe can be manipulated by the Preparation mod. The Preparation mod will give you an amount of starting energy based on your Warframe's max energy, which means if you have more maximum energy, you can get more from Preparation, which means your Arcwing will start with more energy. So by putting Preparation and Flow onto Lavos, you can have more starting energy on your Arcwing than you would without it. In the most roundabout, stupid way, Lavos can benefit from Preparation and Flow, but I do not recommend it. But it does work. It does work. Don't do that. Right, let's switch off of Elytra. Let's go for Burston. We're going to keep the Vehicle Side and Epitaph Prime combo around, because you never know. Stick with Worm, because hey, why not as well? I do like it. I'm going to go into my options, and I'm going to have to turn off the damage numbers. They definitely need to be off right now, because otherwise I'm going to be screwed using this gun. Yeah, if you really want to be using a Warframe build for Arcwing, you want Garuda. That's it. Garuda, Prime Flow, Preparation, nothing else matters, at least for an Arcwing mission, because Garuda's passive activates in Arcwing, and you get double damage. Jeez! Warframe's full of it. Alright, let's see how this build functions. Let's start with a good old testing survival and see what the hell happens, eh? How much have I cooked, or am I cooked? Let's find out. Are there some weapons I'd recommend everybody have, or is there a resource somewhere? It comes down to various different choices, really. I would say work your way to Incarnans for, you know, the best weapons in the game at this point in time, but whatever you find fun along the way, really. If you're not on to Steel Path, the weapon choice doesn't matter that much. As for kit guns, most of them kind of suck, but there's a couple that stand out in shiny places. Spore Lacer is surprisingly amazing. And boop! Alright then, Invisivos is active, and you'll notice the max duration is definitely over 25 seconds, so that tooltip wasn't working. We are fully charged. And yeah, that's working pretty nicely. That is working pretty nicely. Lavos can just invis. What are they going to do about it? Actually nothing. So let's see what those damage numbers look like. Now that we know this works, let me just quickly turn on those damage numbers. And then you'll see why I turn them off. I can't see a bloody thing. What is that? I can't see through that. Where are the heads? I'm on a precision build. I need the heads. The plurality of heads is very important in that sentence. I mean, I'm just kind of guessing that the headshot is somewhere in that direction, but you never really know. So let's turn those back off again now. We'll just go without them for the rest of this mission. It'll be fine. Who would have thought putting invis on any frame is good? I mean, you have to headshot, or otherwise weak spot. But so long as you're weak spotting, yeah. Weak spots go burr. Weak spots go burr. Now we've only got a max duration of like 29 seconds here. Is that what the ability said? Yeah. So we do have to bear in mind that I can't spend a long time without getting weak spot kills, because otherwise it will just run out. But then it will also be off cooldown by then, because we've already been invisible for nearly 2 minutes. Fully charged, and this is why the Bursten is amazing. Granted, this is Incarnate, but even without... Sorry, Rivened. But even without Riven, you're fine. You can get a lot of work done with this gun. I could just get even more done. Now, where does the Lavos power come into this build? That's a very good question, honestly. That is a very good question. You'll notice that whilst I go through this stream looking at helmet abilities, the focus isn't all going to be on Lavos. However, what I can do with this is I can reduce the duration slightly. Now I see that it's quite comfortable. And with that reduced duration, I'll have room to put in a augment. We've already got Swift Bite in here, which I just screwed up, so let me try that again. So you can hear Swift Bite activating there. So if I wanted to use that cooldown reduction, I absolutely can. Also, you could subsume off the 2 instead of the 4, have the 4 available if you wanted to go down that road. But I don't know that an evade catalyzed setup is really smart. I'll be honest. This is more just showing that Lavos can indeed run the invisibility just fine, and he's got that backup of both actually having hit points, but also the ability to reset the cooldowns a lot sooner in case of things going wrong. If you want to put on Valence Formation, that is also an option. Did I put Valence Formation on this? Not at the moment, no. And in fact, you could trade out Swift Bite for Valence Formation if you knew that you weren't going to need the backup. If you didn't need that amount of cooldown reduction, you could absolutely swap that in as well. Like, this is an over-engineered safety setup. That's when we can start to claw things back, see how much less safe we can still get away with. That is the essence of my approach to build crafting, is take an idea, make it safe first, and then start peeling away the safety until it's too much. True, yeah. I probably should have said over-engineered and made another 300 people click off the stream for puns. You're very right. Evade Lavos, suffer buff, fact you're invisible, you don't have the gloves in the way when hacking terminals. Yeah, I suppose that might be the case, yeah. Do we have a terminal I can hack to double check that right now? I don't think we do, but yeah. Thanks, Ray. Alright, let's see how the Acolyte handles this. Also, status props go burr. That's just a thing we can still do. Where you at, Mania? Yep, as good as ever. Alright then. As good as ever. Don't know what D was cooking, giving every frame invisibility. The thing is, it's only if you focus weak spots. If you were going for the kills here without weak spots, then you wouldn't be able to maintain it. So they did this to further reinforce you guys are allowed to focus weak spots. Please do it. Get your bonus damage. Stop just lazy blapping everything. So like, if you were running a Cora Whipclaw setup, it probably wouldn't work. If you were running Cooper Brammer everywhere, it wouldn't work. That kind of thing. Also, look at that mobility thanks to Arcane Consequence. And then it ran out. Okay, well, it was fun. You have to aim this tall order for Warframe players? For a lot of them, yeah. Those of you on console, rip, I guess. Damn, is that all the levels that gave me? Ew. Alright. But there we are then. Evade does work, so let's now try and refine this a bit further. Where can we take this? So, I'm going to take off the safety of the Swift Bite. We don't need that after all. Let's instead bring in the Valence Formation Ornament. So now we can get that damage bonus. That is very Lavosian. This means I can stick with Viral Rush and have the viral option available to us, or magnetic, or anything like that. That's fine to keep. Where else can we take this? Now the question is, do I take off the safety of that increased efficiency as well? Because we've gone from 1.5 to 2.4 second cooldown reduction per enemy. Say if you hit 10 enemies, 15 seconds instead it's 24 second reduction, which is kind of a big deal. But if we assume that we're going to keep Evade alive, we don't need that either. We can get a lot more duration again, and we can now fit in Constitution, even more duration. We can get this all the way up to 42.75 second max duration. Even the base duration at 28.5 seconds, we're halfway through the cooldown by the time the ability runs out, and Lavos can reduce cooldowns. Lavos can reduce the cooldown 3 times during the ability. At that rate there, if you wanted to knock off that remaining 31.5 seconds, you would need to hit 21 enemies with this. So if you got 3 casts of it, 7 enemies hit per transmutation probe would allow you to completely clear the cooldown from Evade without ever having extended its duration. Now that is something interesting to me. Is perhaps Lavos the only frame capable of using an Evade build without weak points? Is this where we can take him? If I take this further, we could go for efficiency with Arcane Impetus, but probably the duration is going to be more reliable with Molt Efficiency. The fact that efficiency and... yeah, that slightly annoys me at times, but yeah. You feel like Swiftbite would be better than Iris? It might be. The only 15% duration there is probably not enough to validate it. So yeah, Swiftbite might be a good shout. If we're going to do this, this could be it. This could be it. So this gives us a base duration 27 seconds. But now we have 2 different cooldown reduction options. Question is, do I fiddle further to get that efficiency in? Also, Molt Efficiency actually could bring this up another 36%. So we're going to be at over 300% duration. Ooh. So yeah, that's over 30 second base cast duration, yeah. do I try and fit in that bit of efficiency to further enhance the cooldown reduction? And if I do, where do I put it? I mean, I can just slot in Streamline, so it means I won't be able to slot in Feasting Expertise without losing Prime Footed, which isn't the worst. If we're invis, we don't need this. Actually, yeah, we're invis, we don't need this. Ah, but that costs us duration. No, that's no good. Streamline it is. Streamline it is. So this gives us a fair amount. What can I put into that Exilus slot if not PSF? I can just put it back, but what if not that? I mean, Particle Velocity is nice. But we got better ones than that for it. Correction Drift is cute. Also, just an aside, I would like to see a Exilus mod that makes it where your aura acts 4 times over if you're solo. Twice over if you're in a duo. And then if you're in a trio of 4 people, no effect. I would like to see an Exilus mod that does that. Similar to how, I think it works that way just natively in Railjack. If you're solo, your Railjack aura mod on the Plexus, it applies 4 times over. That would be a nice Exilus to have. Make it incompatible with Correction Drift. And it'll just replace that. Correction Drift Prime. Your crew replicate your Railjack aura? Okay, so it's the crew that are copying it. Point being the same then. Like, we can't copy crew. So give us that option there. That would be a nice one. Primed Coaction Drift. Changes the functionality like that. That'd be cool. But hey. That's just an aside. Anyway, back on the thoughts here. Someone asked, do I need to have Vitality on this? I like having the backup health, but you don't need it. That could absolutely get thrown away. That could 100% be thrown away. It comes down to the question of to do what for. I am a little bit screwed over in terms of polarities here. That's my own doing, but it's fine. Again, with the depolarity, I'm also screwing myself over. Yeah, kind of slightly shoved myself into a box on this one. You know what, sorry, we'll just leave PSF in there. Safety. Safety. Good thing Omniformer soon. Omniformer doesn't address Umbrals. All I wanted from DE wasn't the Omniformer, it was the ability to invest multiple formers into the same slot. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. And instead, I can't put both a Dash and Umbra on this slot. I just... Ah! Come on! They're adding Omniformer? Yes, they're converting Aura Formers into Omniformers. We're going to get more details in the next dev stream. That's my understanding on that. But hey, there it is. Alright. Umbral should just function as a better Omniformer if that's the case. You know what, honestly, not a bad shout. If Umbral Formers were Umbral Omnis, as opposed to Omnis being true Omnis, I'd be down for that. I'd be down. Do we know if the Omni will work with Umbral? D specifically said that Umbrals will not match Omni polarities. No. They specifically said that one. But having Umbrals act as an Omni, now that I would be completely down with. 100%. Because it's not like we're swimming in Umbral Formers. Like, well, some of us are. I've put 3 onto Lavos since the update. I can't show you on this. I've put 3 onto Lavos since the update. I still have another 15 going, so, you know, I'm doing fine on that side. But I'm definitely in the minority there. I am definitely in the minority there. Also, maybe someone else should give the idea to DE about Umbral Formers counting as Omni, because they might think I'm a little bit biased. There are 368 people watching at the moment. Some of you already know what you're about to see here. The rest of you, I do apologize. Because when it comes to Umbral Formers, D might think I have an ulterior motive if I were to suggest Umbrals being Omnis. That is an 8 Umbral Eurali. Why? We were raising money for the quest to conquer cancer. And Twitch, you guys, hence Twitch's fault, Twitch chat decided to create a new form of cancer in the process. Yeah. So this is an 8 Umbral Former and 1 Aura Former Eurali. No Umbral and Aura Exodus? Oh, trust me, we tried to put one there. You can't put Umbras there. We tried. So yeah. 8 Umbral Former Eurali. So if Umbrals suddenly became super Omniformers that counted for Umbral and every other polarity, this would become God tier investment. Until that happens, and probably never will, this is going to continue to exist. And chat, do you want to know the absolute worst thing about this? Do you want to know the truly most diabolical thing about this? When you go into the circuit. Oh yes, when you go into the circuit, which is a rarity for me, if you've got multiple of the same item, the one that it'll put on the plinth for you is the one that you have most invested into. And 9 Former is more than 3 Former. So in order for a normal Eurali to show up in the circuit, I would need to spend another 7 Former on an already finished Eurali. 11,000 Canadian dollars for charity. That's what I gotta remind myself. 11,000 Canadian dollars for charity. So anyway, back to Lavos. Lavos is fine. Still don't understand why Circuit doesn't give you the option to choose from all your own items. Technical debt at this point. It'd be smarter if they did that, but no. We're doing it again. So what I want to see here is if we can indeed run a no aiming for headshots evade build and make it work. I want to see if we can make that happen. So to connect with that, I'm going to need to have a I'm not really trying to headshot build. Now Latron Prime is going to get some headshots to charge it up, but once charged, I'm just going to be launching the bouncing glaives wherever. So that's the idea. I want to go with the bouncing glaives. Because also I don't use Latron enough. Why Prime Shift footed when you're invis? It's about the best thing that can fit the depolarity I've already put into the Exilus slot. And it prevents self-stagger as well, so sure, why not? Let's get started here, and then I can meddle with other weapons as well. Now I don't think this will work for spy missions and like, because you probably just won't have enough enemies to recharge off. But we'll see how it goes here.
Underestimate them at your peril.
There we go. You don't think I'll be doing another Eurali for QTCC? I'm going to be running out of Umbral Formers if we keep on doing that. I know I have a few at the moment, but they are running lower as a result. Boop! Gun charged. Now I do need to be using these cooldown reductions as often as I can. I missed that one. That's bad. Let's get this one here. I'm waiting for the cast. There we go. Okay, I think I got the cooldown reduction there. Oh, I love that efficiency. Okay, I screwed that one up. Let's try that again. So you watch, when this runs out... Oops, I accidentally gained some time on that. The shots bounce and hit headshots. That wasn't supposed to happen. It's about to run out.
Get ready for a capsule.
Boop, straight back in. In fact, I'm just going to recast cooldowns for it. I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to mess with cooldowns for a moment. This is far more than I'm going to need. Straight back into Invis, yeah.
Activating it will buy you more time.
Am I able to recast while Invis? I don't think you can, no. No, ability in use, no recasting. But even these are bouncing around enough to get me the headshots. I'm noticing that my duration keeps climbing. I'm not aiming for it to climb, it just went up again. It just went up again. I accidentally bounced into the guy's face. I'm trying to be bad at the game, and the game is too easy. Latron is just that powerful that even when I'm aiming at the floor, I get headshots. Oop. Okay, that would end it early.
Tenno, prepare for life supply.
So yeah, evade Lavos certainly is a thing because of the cooldown reduction shenanigans. Like that. Charged. Yeah, maybe I do need to switch to a weapon which is even less headshot worthy. I'm gonna have to use the Torrid, aren't I? I don't think there's anything else as reliably stupid as the Torrid for this, so darn. I mean, I suppose I could try and make the Brammer work. Lavos should be able to fix the ammo issues. Maybe Envoy? Oh, true, Envoy will be an option, yeah. I don't know why I didn't think of the Envoy. That's a very obvious option. Don't mind me, just no enemies left on the minimap because Latron too strong. Where the hell are they all spawning? This is a Steel Path survival. Attack me. Oh, that guy lasted very little. Yeah, I just gained far too much duration from firing out those shots there. God damn it. Acolytes don't care if you're invis. I mean, you can just kill them quickly. Having good weaponry is certainly an option. I mean, this just feels wrong.
Additional life supply has arrived.
I was just feeding the tube. That felt so wrong and yet so great. How are you at? I mean, going invulnerable for a moment, that certainly extends their lifespan. But yeah. Have I thought about redoing the Lavos videos? I am intending to look at them a bit more, yes. As in, I'm going to be covering Lavos in a couple unusual ways. It's not going to be just Lavos guide again. I don't want to give you guys the same stuff you've already had. It'll be new. So the next video coming out is going to be related to Lavos, but it's actually more about relics. And that's going to be a very long-term one. That video is going to be relevant forever, basically. And then the next one after that is indeed going to be all about Lavos Prime himself. How many Lavos videos do I have already? Main one, first Orwent video, which was shared with Zaku and Trinity. The Why Lavos video. The follow-up Orwent video, which was also a Redux, a Lavos Guide 2.0. and then it'll be what comes out next. Yeah. Any Dan videos planned in there? Some hopefully too. So we recently had a Dan video. It's going to be 2 non-Dan videos, then a Dan video again. So Relic, Lavos, Dan. That's the current order of plans. Do his cooldown reductions work on both Evade and Golden Instinct? Yes and yes. They also work on Elite Sanctuary Onslaught's cooldown applied when you use an ability too much. So you can also get around that. Alright, let's torrent this. And you know what? Let's torrent into a spy mission against the Corpus. Let's go... Let's use this ability as wrong as I can and see how well I can maintain it. How we know who wins the Prime Access? I will announce it at the end of the stream. It'll be announced on Discord. It'll be announced on Blue Sky. It'll be announced... Well, yeah, on those 3. If you aren't present at the end of stream, the winner will also be messaged by Twitch DM, !Twitch DM, if you're not sure if you have those open. And you'll need to reply by DM within 24 hours, or you reply by sending me an email with the code that'll be in that DM. Ad started right as I talked about how you... Oh, God's sake. Okay, we'll trigger the alarms in a moment and get back to that. That's fine. I'll take a breather. We'll answer that properly. Ads are the worst? They are. But, well, that's how you get free content. Will I announce it on Stack Overflow? No. I don't even have an official account on Stack Overflow, so no. Just a moment. I think everyone should be back from their ads now. Yep, everyone should be back from their ads now. Alright then, so, to re-answer the question of how will you know who the winner is. It'll be announced here on stream, obviously, at the end of the stream. It'll be announced over on Discord. It'll be announced over on Blue Sky. So you can check any of those, even if you somehow miss the end of stream itself. I will be messaging the winner directly here on Twitch, via a Twitch DM. That is a requirement of the giveaway, that you have your Twitch DMs open for me to be able to message you. The T's and C's were clearly posted in all kinds of places. And if you're unable to reply to that Twitch DM, you'll be given a code that you can send to me in a confirmation email, along with the other details as well. So it doesn't matter which way around things end up for you. You'll still be able to claim it, so long as you're paying the slightest bit of attention to this community. Which, of course, means that there's a 50-50 chance someone won't claim it. But it's fine.
They have just shut down all
I just realised I uploaded a survival, not a spy. God damn it. Twitch Whisper? Yeah, Twitch Whisper, Twitch DM, same difference. Every platform uses a different way of saying direct message, so I just say DM, it's direct message. It's really easy to keep up with when we stop allowing platforms to redefine everything. Alright, where was the spy mission on here again? It was this one, here we go. Okay, can I do a invis spy mission Lavos with minimum headshots? Is that an option? As soon as I get close to enemies, I'll do my first evade. Only 2 enemies there, so not worth using Swift Bite on. It's also not going to be great for my cooldown reduction. Is there enough here? Nope, there wasn't. That's unfortunate. My cooldown reduction is not going to be good here. I'm not getting large clusters of enemies. That wasn't enough of them. I've got 13 seconds left on it. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. I only hit 3 at once there. Damn it. Come on, get me up. I definitely don't have the cooldown reduction yet. So falling off the map would be bad. There we go, a little bit of reduction. A little bit of reduction again. There we go. That allows me to chain the reduction. Okay. That allowed me to chain it.
You're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now and they will
Go back into invis. Run through here because I'm invis. going to cipher that because speed is going to be of the essence.
Data extracted.
There we go. I see some enemies which are clustering at the doorway. So let's utilize them. There we go. That actually re-upped that. Thanks for the nullification effect, but it still worked. Not enough of them to cycle it, so let's move forwards.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
Okay, I've only got 8 seconds left on my invis. Can I kill this guy? Oh shit.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit.
That wasn't enough damage to kill him. Can't go through that one, so we need to go the other side. 20 seconds left on the cooldown. That is no good. Yeah, this is looking unsuitable for spy missions. What the hell? This is looking very unsuitable for spy missions. I mean, I could be trying to get some headshots along the way, granted, but at that point, any friend can do that.
Protect your avaricious servant.
There we go. Don't go too far, you muppet.
Excellent
Alright,
work.
I've got 13 seconds left to get back out, find some enemies, and cycle the cooldown reduction. For which I need a cluster of 4 enemies. Is there a cluster of 4 nearby? It's about to run out. I'm on 30-second cooldown. This is terrible. There we go. I didn't need much to get rid of the cooldown there. Like, that alone might be enough to have it back off cooldown straight away. So we've got a few seconds here.
Nearing the console. Trigger the alarms
This is
now,
about to
and
pop.
it will start
Yep,
destroying
I'm straight back into invis. So it doesn't take actually that much
detected.
to be able to fully do it. But it does take a little bit. And it doesn't allow me to go through those. Okay, nullifier right there.
Excellent work. A clean extraction with no alarms.
Yeah, and I begin to mess with him and it forces me out of invis. Sure, okay. Well, DMs on Twitch are whispers, yes. It's the messaging system that allows you to message someone else privately. It's just that every platform seems to have to redefine what that means every time. God, there are so many of those scrambus around. Stop! So yeah, I'd say this setup, if you can get 4 enemies together, it works. If you can't get 4 enemies together reliably, it doesn't work. At least not without the headshots. Ah, damn, I missed the 4 enemy bit. I know extraction's right there, but I want to do this. And there we are. I should be completely clear of the cooldown. It would be nice if the cooldown showed up in the buff bar as a debuff. Do we have a nullifier I can walk into? No, it'll just run out. Yeah, because it doesn't show up as a... Oh my god. It doesn't show up as a debuff. So that would be a nice QOL. To know what the remaining cooldown is, without having to wait for it to expire to see what it is.
Conquer the foe, so you conquer yourself.
Hey, a Vara piece. It's easy to get a Vara. Or is this the game telling me, look, kid, if you want to be invisible, there's a frame that does that, stop this. That might be a cautionary tale there. But at the very least, Invis Lavos kind of works without having to headshot. Kind of. It's silly, but it kind of works. And how much reduction do we get from a 4 enemy setup? Cooldown reduction here is 5.2 seconds. This is 1.95 per enemy, so we'd have 7.8. I think that is. I'm going to double check. I'm doing extreme math. It's not a good idea. Oh, it is 7.8. Sweet. Okay. So between Transmutation Probe and Ophidian Bite, just landing these two together is 13-second reduction on 4 enemies. That's 13 seconds. The cooldown on is 60 seconds, minus 24.6 of the base. We've got 35.4 to get through. If we're getting 13 seconds per cycle, that means we'd want to have 3 casts of each for us to be able to clear the entire cooldown before we come off of cooldown. 2 questions. When is the giveaway and when's the next video coming out? Next video is coming out next week. I don't know if I have the skill to get it out on Monday, but certainly by Tuesday. I don't know if I'm good enough to get it out on Monday. As for the giveaway's happening at the moment. As it says on the pinned message at the top of the chat that you just typed into, claim a ticket before 10 PM UK. It is currently 11 minutes past 8 UK, so you've got a whole nearly 2 hours to figure out how to claim a ticket. I know for some people that might be too long, for others too short, but it's enough. That tea, however, was not enough. How have I gone through all my tea already? Okay, so Spy Mission was taking it as ridiculous as possible. What other mission would you like to see non-headshot invis Lavos in? What mission should I take this into, guys? Where else should I take the no headshot Lavos? No headshot invis Lavos. Want to try on Lavos right now? Evade. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Defection just so you suffer. Wow, okay, at least you put it out there that I don't want to do that. Corpus Disruption. Ugh. Ugh. Figure out, is it hard to type ticket? Yes, it is. That's why I have to remind people about it constantly, and also why there is the ticker command. Alright. I see a couple requests for disruption. Kufa Fortress is an area, not a mission. Kufa Assault could be interesting. Do people even run Kufa Assault if it's not on a sortie? Like, do people genuinely run Kufa Assault normally? That weird infested survival mission that no one plays? Which one? There's a few. But yeah. Alright. You know what? Let's do it. Lure Apollo. Lure Apollo, Torrid, Evade, Lavos. This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea. Oh, this is going to end so badly. I can feel it in already. At least I have access to magnetic. I do have access to magnetic. This is ill-advised. Can't I force block toxin? So the demolishers are armored. I think most of them are armored, so crashing their shields is probably going to be more effective for me. Boop. Invis. Good. Two. Oh shit. I killed one of them. Ah! Okay. I think that should allow me to come off cooldown naturally. Woo! Okay. Alright, let's start finding keys and not getting nullified. Nullifiers terrify me right now. Scrambers I can handle, but nullifiers? They scare me. Also, I am going to accidentally get headshots at some point. I'm not aiming for them, I promise. But if I land a headshot, I land a headshot. You just have to deal with it. Okay, let's keep my distance. Keep my distance. It's cold procket to slow it down. There we go. Boop. Oh shit, the second one missed. And now there's too few of them. No! Alright, that's fine. I've still got time to recover. Also, those drones are really easy to headshot when I'm not trying to headshot. Go figure. Yeah, seriously, what? Why are those drones so hard to headshot most days, but right now it just headshot central? It's like cheating. Which we get the nullify debuff with this? That would be annoying, yes. Magnetic anomalies? Well, good thing I have anti-magnetic, isn't it? Where's it coming from? This way. Ah, the ability to pop those is so beautiful. Lavos, you keep winning. Now please don't run out of invis. We barely recharged it. I ran out of invis. It's fine. There we are. Turns out I had recharged it. No. Shit, I missed. Come on. I didn't mean to activate that. Luckily it didn't nullify me. Where are all the enemies at? Here we go. That's not enough. Why did I even try to use Swift Bite? That was clearly never going to be enough. I'm not going to have invis. Yep, 7 seconds cooldown. I mean, 7 seconds isn't the end of the world. There we are. Invis reacquired. You know, let's just go cold procs so I can slow them down. Oh shit, get away from me. There we are. I'm fine. I'm good. I got this. See? I got this. This is genuinely more effort than I usually have to put into Lavos, and Lavos is supposed to be the cozy frame. I don't like this. God damn it, that wasn't in range. Come off cooldown. Come off cooldown. Don't move out of position. Ow. Alright, it's fine. I got the recharge. Do I have any advice for improving farming? Temple Warden? I have no idea what the hell you're on about. It seems like you're trying to make a joke, but it's missing me. Whilst I'm trying to not die. Any recommendations what frame you should go for next? If you don't have Lavos, Lavos. If you do have Lavos, Lavos. What do you need that's not Lavos? Oh god, I've got no reduction whatsoever. Oh, and there was only 3 of them there. I thought there was 4. And now my companion is going to start killing them, and I'm not going to get the reductions. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is terrible. Alright, we're good. Cloak.
Right. They're back, and they're well pissed.
Hello, enemies. How was that not 4? That's 4, okay. There we are. Which way do I want to go? This way. No Naros and Lavos you have to keep in mind. Oh, you don't need a Naros. I mean, you can get a Naros, but you don't need a Naros. Lavos is all you need. No, try them all out. Absolutely, just go for them. Try them all out. But Lavos is amazing. Okay. Cold procs on them, so they're going nowhere, and they perish. See, it's easy. Who needs crowd control when you could just cold proc it to death? I've just thought, if I get a violent spawn, I am really scuppered. But at least that was not violent, so perish, I guess. Yoink, got the key.
You're making waves, dreams.
Do cold procs not count to CC? They don't get nullified, so they're not CC abilities, is my point. Shield drain? No! Oh. Invis. Get the cooldown reductions. Where is the Demolisher coming from? I haven't seen a blip yet, which is concerning. There it is. Hello, where are you hiding at? Oh, you're underneath me. We'll just absolutely tear through that. There we go. Oh, I have no cooldown reduction. And that missed. This is bad. Yeah, it definitely feels like this is leaky on this mission. I'm doing the best that I can to not just waste my invis. But it's not feeling great.
Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
There we go. That should be enough reduction that I don't need to worry for the next cast. We'll just melt that guy with Toxin. That didn't reach. Never mind. You can tell I don't usually need to rely on Swift Bite this much. Or in such low enemy density circumstances. Invis about to run out. Boop. Straight back in. Gonna get a cooldown chain here. Oh. There we go. It's beautiful. I got too close. Hi, yes, I know you can hear me. Kindly go away. Thank you.
We'll get our asses handed to us.
Yeah, I think I've proven the effectiveness of this.
What do you reckon?
Why Evade? It is the only Invis subsume that is reliable. There is one other one, which is Ivara's Quiver. But if you're going to use that, you're going to need to be very good at doing this. That across aim. And obviously fire it at your companion. So it'd have to be a Sentinel. Oh, I'm gone. Maybe use Shade alongside Evade? You could do that, yeah. Not necessary, but you could do that. Hello, Esprit. We're doing well. Hope you're doing well yourself. I see you're right on top of that ticket. Don't need to tell you. Absolutely. From I Was Red, when you get the chance, what would you put over your crit chance, crit damage, minus Corpus Torrid Riven? Oh, I had a minus Corpus Riven for that mission? Oopsies. Well, that really goes to show how effective that setup is. I was killing the Demolishers with a minus Corpus Riven on a Toxin status approach? God damn. I should have thought to check that. I don't usually use Rivens, but of course, in Canon, if I have a Riven for it, I will. That's plus damage to Corpus, you... Red? Red? What are you on about? Okay, now that just makes me wonder if the build wasn't actually that good. Ah. I mean, to be fair, it's got Serration on there. How good can the build be? The extension's weird. It says plus 0.50. Does it say plus 0.50 or just 0.5? Because if it says 0.5, it might be rounding the plus 48% bonus. Does it says 0.5? There you are then. If you're putting 0.50, you're adding detail that isn't there. If it's saying 0.5, then that's actually what the mod's giving. It's just rounded. This is why this is, well, not why, but just another reason the times 1.x bonus rather than plus x bonus they used to have is another mistake from D's part. I really don't know why they felt the need to change the faction ones to a multiplier when they're not flat multipliers. They add to each other still. It's just confusing. It treats them like they're special, but they're not. They're just faction. But whatever. That's old school news. I've already complained about that plenty. Anyway, we're going to switch up the music now, the requested byte. Let's get rid of out-of-game music. Byte is requested in-game. I'm lagging to leave the arsenal. There it is. There you are. You can have the in-game music for a bit. So, this works. It's stupid in various ways, but it does work. The range stats at 148 there, being caused by just sheer amount of reduction from narrow-minded is worth it. But it was affecting my ability to land those Ophidian bites. So I would say swapping Umbral Vitality here for that for stretch would be the right play. It would be the right play. Now, how easily can I do that with my Umbral Polarities? I can't. No, I would have to take off BSF as well. I think. Oh wait. Yeah, no, that's a 9 drain, so that becomes 11. If I take off this, I get 8. I take that down to normal prime continuity, I get another 1. So I'll be at 9, but I'd still be missing 2. Wouldn't fit that way. Yeah, so I'd have to go for Augur Reach if I was going to do that. Which I still need to downgrade continuity first. Ah! That's enough fleeting expertise? Yeah, because if you go for fleeting expertise, then the duration comes down massively as well. And the duration is part of how we combo the game. So instead we're using Streamline. Downgrade Augur, Constitution for Augur Message. You know what? Actually, you're right, yeah. Because we can do that, and in fact, that can go there. And this fits. Okay, yeah, we do lose 4%, but we gain that range. That is significant. Because that's giving us nearly, yeah, that's giving us another 4.5 meters on that. That's a big range increase. So I do like that. That's a good shout. Keeping the Vile Rush is suitable enough because you're not going to be using the 4 on Invis approach. If you're going Invis, you're not going to be focusing on nuking. So yeah, that's straight out. It will Malicitos, yes, but Umbrals are exempt from that. At least it were at the last moment. Like the 4% power duration made that much of a difference? I know, right, yeah. Yeah, 4% in this situation is base duration of 0.4 seconds. Not really a concern. And cooldown reduction isn't even tied to duration. So that's it. That's the entire it. Yeah. We can lose that little blip. And now I can have people complain at me, going, oh no, you're using an Augur set. Didn't you know Augur set? I can get those complaints. It's brilliant. Heat also removes the least really good Venice formation options. Removes the least really good... Sorry, Porphin. Even if your sentence might be technically correct as to what you're trying to communicate, what in the... What? I just... least really good. Come on. I don't care if English is not your first language or not. I don't even know whether it is or not. Least really good. Was no. Alright, so. They're technically correct, best kind of correct. I don't even know if they're correct to what they were trying to communicate. That's the problem. Lay in here, brain is much. Yep, your brain is indeed much. Your brain is indeed much. Oh dear. It's precious. Alright. I fiddled enough with Evade for now. We've spent quite some time... Oh, I already found that one, sorry. I don't know why I'm apologising to you guys. It's my keyboard that just got sprayed, but all the same. I already did get sprayed. Anyway. I've spent enough time on Evade now. So let's look at a completely different approach to helmeting Lavos. So, Lavos already has healing, already has mobility, already has ammo support, already has orb conversion, already has a nuker, but the nuker is a bit fiddly. So at the very least, we know we don't need a healing ability, he's already got it covered. We know we don't want mobility all that much, he's already got it covered. And I'll be honest, the lazy options I'm just going to ignore. Raw, we know how Raw works. It's obvious. So if you want to have just a sheer bonus to damage, yes, it exists, blah blah blah. Musel's asking, do we have to be here when the giveaway is drawn, or will the winner be DM'd on Twitch or Discord? Not on Discord, but the winner will be DM'd here on Twitch. Make sure your DMs are open for that, ! Twitch DM, if you don't know if yours are open or not. They will be messaged here on Twitch. I will also be announcing it on Discord and over on Blue Sky. Naturally, I can't accept a message from someone on Discord or some other platform because I wouldn't know if that's actually the correct account for the Twitch winner. So, rather than risk that, I just don't take it that way. Alright, so yeah, Raw is too obvious. Breach Surge is another obvious one. If you don't at this point know that Breach Surge is a massive damage multiplier, by the way, Breach Surge is a massive damage multiplier. It works well with range, it works well with strength, and guess what? Lavos can give you range and strength. That is absolutely not news to anyone at this point. It's just not. So, not including that one. Mark for Death for funny status spreading? Mark for Death really isn't that great. I'll be quite honest with you, it's really not that great. The limitations on it are a bit frustrating. And there's going to be that 10-second cooldown. Yeah, Lavos can try and get around it.
That sounds incorrect. I
bet you're proud of yourself, though, Raspberry, aren't you? I bet you're real proud of yourself. Cheers. Thanks for 100 bits. Do we know the release date for the digital Tenacon tickets? I don't know if that's been announced. Sorry, no. I don't know. Yeah, Mark for Death, I'm just not really a fan of. And if you want to go say status spreading, use the mecha set. The mecha set is amazing on Lavos. So do that instead. What kind of helmets will we test this day? I'm working my way through it, Ozzy. Watch the stream, you'll find out. It's kind of how it works. Don't tell me you're the kind of person that sits down in a movie and halfway through just turns to the person next to you. Who's that guy? What are they doing? Watch and find out. So, Airburst would give us a crowd control option. I'll be honest, it's not amazing. It's just not amazing. We don't really need to blast enemies out or in much for Lavos to utilize. I don't see a benefit to us, so I'm going to skip over that one. No. We can't spam it, so just no. Banish, I don't see how that's useful to Lavos, so I'm not going to try fiddling with that. Blood Altar, we've got far better healing on R1. Breach Surge, I've already mentioned, is just obviously strong. Chirinka Pillar, I don't see how this would be useful to us, because it only puts out one status effect, and soft CC's a small area. This doesn't really do anything for us. No. Aquablades with the Augment, still no. Unless it bypasses the 10-second cooldown, we're going to have to constantly fight cooldowns to recast. Now, if it does bypass that, which I'm just going to look up, then we've got something. I don't have an answer on the wiki, which is mildly frustrating because now I have to test it. God damn it. Alright. Let's go make another Lavos build just so I don't break the evade one, because I'm actually quite happy with the results of that. I like how the music dimmed out to let the helmet just kind of grumble at us. Alright. So let's sort these. You are now evade, and you are now test. There we go. Okay. Aqua Blades. Infuse ability. Let's put it over Catalyze, because let's face it, zooming around with Vile Rush Aqua Blades just sounds correct. Why does subsume over is 4? Because the 4 is basically good for nuking. If you're not setting yourself up to nuke, you don't need the 4. Alrighty then, so let's just test how Aqua Blades functions on Lavos with the augment. Man, I put a lot of polarities on this frame, goddamn. Alright, let's just give that a quick test.
The multitude of creatures you have immortalized with...
We're going to leave online just playing in the Orbiter. I'm sure Ordis enjoys it. Okay, very quick test then. We cast that. And we're on cooldown. Yeah, no, that is no good. Would be constantly having to refresh the cooldown to be able to get more value out of it than that. That's no. No. No, I don't want that. What are we testing and why? I take it you've only just arrived, so... What's it say in the stream title? Lavos but helminths. Probably that. Oh, that was no good. Ever seen the movie Princess and the Frog? Nope. Okay, yeah, so that takes out Aqua Blades as a thought. I just... Yeah, no. So, continuing through the bits and pieces, we've got Coil Horizon, which again is a crowd control. Not just arrived, just tapped out mentally, more so meant specifically Aqua Blades interaction. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to rewind the stream. Sorry, Mocha, I'm just going to make a very simple point of this for you and anyone else curious as to how live streams work. If you miss something, you've missed it. It's live. Go through the awkward process of look at the VOD on Twitch, or just kind of keep watching and see if you pick up where you were. If I answered that question of, oh, what's happening, every 5 seconds that someone has that idea in their head, nothing would happen on stream. Right. Core Horizon. Again, it's another clustering ability, which I don't really see Lavos needing, so... yeah, we'll skip out on that one. And shield regeneration, if you want to go for a shield gating Lavos, I can see that happening. Problem is the 10-second cooldown, you'll be fighting with that as well. I'm not sure if that's really the direction you want to go. Yeah. I'll pass on that one. Dark Verse for slash damage, that's not something you only want to put out once every 10 seconds. Pass. Decoy. Can we get value out of Decoy? Because with the augment, Decoy can be cast on enemies. Enemies who attack Decoy receive 5 random status effects, and reflected damage is increased by 350%. If we put that over not Lavos' 4, we can have the spread of status effects, and then we can hit the nuke on that. We can get that combo power there. So I think this could be an interesting one for us. And if I subsume over the 2, yeah, we lose the ability to put in viral. Not really that big of a concern, because we'll have the cooldown reduction to be able to be using our 4 more often. So that's what I think could work for us here. So let's try Damage Decoy, Lavos. God, if you took us back a year or so, take us back a year, would you ever expect I would genuinely, not as a meme, but genuinely be suggesting trying Decoy on Lavos? Wow. Alright. Let's do this. There we go, that is infused. Let's pop out of the helmet. Now, has it auto-equipped the augment because of the way things work? Probably not. Yeah, no. Cool, that's fine. Okay, so damage decoy. That needs to be on there. Swift bite is going to be a great idea as well. We'll just pop it somewhere and figure out what I'm going to do with it later. Now, because we're back to not invis, we are going to need to build around staying alive otherwise. So let's do this. Umbrals. They obviously need to be in there. Adaptation for even more reinforcement of our tank. There we go. So that's plenty of damage reflected as well, thanks to the strength. So that is nice. But I'm going to want to bring that down now. We've overextended. There we go. Now this has a plentiful duration on it, so I don't think I really need to go for a continuity approach here. What else could I go for instead? I don't want to kill the efficiency, because that's going to make it much harder to catalyze repeatedly. Transient Fortitude would take away some duration, and that could start to hurt us, because stated duration at that point, yeah, it'd be a bit low. That's a toughie. No, I changed my mind. I am going to stick with Arc and Continuity, because it can also turn Toxin into Corrosive procs. So I'll go with that one. I will go with that. Alright, and PSF because PSF
Decoy
is fun.
imposter Lavo is Zeus. I don't even know. I'll see myself out now.
Fair enough, Espria. Fair enough on that. Thank you very much for the 100 bits, and nice try with the bot, at the very least. Nice try. Okay, so let's go with our Arcane Grace, and then Impetus. Do I have Impetus? Yes, I do. Thank goodness for that. Unique status effects give us strength and efficiency. Alright, cool. And in fact, that's going to work in quite nicely with keeping the 4 running, to the point that... Do I... No, we'll only get to like 30% efficiency. I won't use blind range. I don't need it. I'm good. Cheers. How do I pronounce that one? Vince? I think that's Vince. Cheers. Is this standard build but with different augment? Near enough, I suppose. Yeah, near enough. This is standard build, different augment, different arcane. But otherwise it is very close to standard, you're very right. Okay, so let's run with that. I think someone was asking about Arc of Vitality for Lavos. Yeah, Arc of Vitality on Lavos absolutely works. If you don't infuse heat, you go from 1 to 2 heat procs. If you do infuse heat, you go from 2 to 3. It doesn't give you 4. That said, if you go for an Archon build, you are going to have a lot less tank. So do bear that in mind. Because like if I create yet another slot, because I can, and just quickly compare this here for you. So a full Umbral set has us this tank here, which if I run the numbers on that, 2184 health, divided by 1 minus 1834 armor over 2134 armor plus 300. So this has a tank of 15,000 effective hit points before adaptation. 15,535, so 15 and a half. 15 and a half, that's the numbers you want to keep in your head, 15 and a half. If I instead go with this, and that now comes down to 8,372. So we have about half the tank here. Half. Granted, I'm not at max ranks, there might be like a little bit of difference in the numbers, but it's not going to change the order of magnitude. That is how significant it is using the Umbral set. We straight up double our tank using the Umbral set at the cost of no strength cost. In fact, it's a strength gain, because this cannot compete with 77%. And we also get... we also lose out on the extra heat proc here. That's it. Can you keep the other two umbrals? You can. You absolutely can. So if I were to go you out, and we go with umbral fiber, umbral intensify, our tank at that point then is a fair question. Let's see what we get. 1560 divided by 1 minus 1506 divided by 1806 comes out to 9.4k, so that is slightly higher. That is 9.4k. Our strength is 55 rather than the 60 of the Arkham one, so it's basically good enough. Basically good enough on that. How about precision intensify? If you drop this for precision, then this is going to be as good as normal fiber only, so that really doesn't matter. How much armor is triumbral compared to health conversion? Health conversion, you may be able to take it further, but don't forget that Lavos isn't an orb generator. So you are at the whimsy of the orbs that are available to you through normal gameplay instead. And as we know from experience, that could be a bit leaky. It's not as guaranteed unless you just got swarms of Xmas. So in very high enemy density missions, yeah, you can keep it up. In lower density, it starts to fall off and leaves you vulnerable in places. Yeah, so you could absolutely do this. The difference in tank between this and a just non-umbral setup is minimal, but at least you do have an increase and also you get the more reliable strength. But compared to just full umbral, the tank difference is substantial. You're halving it. Okay. There was nothing left to do with this. We got everything we need. Let's try this out. And what weapon to bring? I'm going to have the torrid and bits and pieces as a backup, but I want to focus more on the nuking. I do want to focus more on that. Question for the decoy. Would Summoner's Wrath be a good aura since it affects decoy? Anyway. This chat has some wild ideas. Yeah, they do it to hurt me. They do it to hurt me. And if they have a subscriber badge next to their name, I at least forgive them for it.
Your weapons
Sometimes.
make music, and the enemy calls for a song.
Alright then, let's see what value I can make out of this.
They're trying to choke you out.
I've never actually used this kind of setup like this before, so let's hope I can do this correctly. Whilst my companion solos the mission, sure. Are they going to attack it or not? Okay, so it doesn't work if it runs away. I was expecting it to act like, you know, decoy and stay in place, but if it runs off, this is going to be far less effective. I realise I could have used gas there, but that's fine. Let's use it now. So the reason for using gas is if any of them have a lot of status blocks, then they should give a very high damage gas cloud that everything can die to.
Life support on the way.
Nope. Let's just get that off cooldown. Let's find a nice high hit point target. You are the new target. And now, gas. Is this doing enough? I don't think it is.
Life support capsule to the area.
Let's try and
Activating it will buy
use
you
the
time.
Xmas. Okay, that got more kills. That did get more kills. Yeah. The damage decoy isn't really feeling like a effective status spreader, I'll be honest. It doesn't feel that effective. Psycho, thank you very much for subscribing at tier 1. Oh. Cheers. Welcome to the channel. Enjoy your lovely blue sub badge, your emotes, all the other bits and pieces that come along with that. Of course, no more ads for you. Yeah, they'll just perish too quick. Have I got a damage decoy up still? Oh yes, he is right there. I just didn't see him.
Get ready for a capsule.
Ah, this barely feels worth it. You there, be my new one. You are probably going to die already too. Ah, my companion's killed it. Yeah, I don't like the damage decoy. I don't like it. I don't really feel like I'm benefiting from damage decoy here.
Additional life support has arrived.
Especially if my companion murders the bloody decoy. No, we're just seeing ordinary Lavos caster kill stuff here. The decoy doesn't seem to be doing jack shit. I've just summoned a normal decoy. Whoopsies. Come on, come off cooldown. Damn it. Nope, not a fan. I'm gonna dip out. I'm gonna dip out. Not a fan. Thanks for saying, glad to be part of the subscribers. Glad to have you. Thank you very much. Yeah. I could do more than that with just... Yeah. Just playing Lavos. So, damage decoy, not vibing with it there. Not vibing. Because I could replace that with natural talent and just take off decoy and probably just have a better experience. Null star for survivability. You were struggling to stay alive with Lavos there. Is this something that regularly happens to you, Garito? Has your Lavos been unduly nerfed? Are you missing some upgrades on your mods? You don't play Lavos, that's why I ask. Okay, let me put it this way for you. If we just open up the stats real quickly. This Lavos has 2,184 health, 1,862 armor. Add in adaptation, Arcane Grace, this thing tanks. So yeah. Alright. Decoy, no bueno. Defy, absolutely do not want. Desiccation, why? Desiccation does low damage, little bit of healing, opens to finishers. Ophidian Bite does more damage, more healing, opens to finishers. It's just better. Got any tips for staying alive as Lavos? Not really, but it's something that shouldn't be happening. Kill the enemies faster, move more, stun more. Lavos is not an Aros, he has abilities. I know an Aros has abilities these days, but the meme exists. Point is, use Lavos' abilities, actually stun the enemies with the 3 and 1 regularly, or get them panicking with the 4. Just keep the enemies busy, and then murder their face. Absolutely murder their face. Dispensary Lavos. No. Eclipse is basic damage or tank buff. You don't need me to explain how that works. Elemental Ward. I did hear something about this. What subsume would you recommend on Valkyria? The one that makes your build better. Same with any subsume at any point ever, First Templar. You subsume what makes your build better. What is it your build is missing? That's what you subsume. If you don't have that answer, don't subsume. Or just subsume raw. You can't go wrong with raw. Toxin Elemental Ward bite build? See, that's what I've heard about, is the Toxin Elemental Ward. And I'm curious to see if we can work with that. So let's feed this hungry boy once again. Pop you in, pop you in. Let's get a little bit more erudite. There we go. Ganglions, they'll go straight in. Let's give it a few mapricos, top it off. Let's see down here. Thraxplasm, I got plenty of it. Lure Thraxplasm, got plenty of it. Absolutely fine on that, and then some of these.
Here,
And here.
have the last of my bits for the day. Take a drink on me.
Esprit, thank you for the 300 bits, much appreciated. Oh. Cheers. Oh, I see, Bite, I see. Well, we'll see what we can still get from it at the moment. We'll see. Nav coordinates, those can go in. There we go, now it's fed. Alright then. From this build is unmoddable 5-meter range. We'll see what we can do with it. If it's terrible, it's terrible, but someone was happy with it, so I'm looking at it. Quick question, is your Kome build still usable? Yes. Is she worth investing into? Did the video you watched with the build look like something you want to invest into? Is my honest answer to that. Kome is a pretty recent frame. The game hasn't changed so drastically so quickly. But yeah, we're fine. Okay, so we're going Elemental Ward. I think we're safe to remove Catalyze. Yeah. I think we can remove Catalyze, we're fine. Let's go on the test build. There we go. Okay, so Bite. What will we need to put together to make this one happen? What is it you were using? Because this was your concoction the other day. I heard about in passing. Walk me through it. How are we going to make this cook? You're going to say Thermal Sunder, you remember Valence Formation? I mean, Thermal Sunder is still going to be an option to look into. We'll get there. I know at the very least we're going to need to switch this to Toxin. There we go. Feels cursed, but it'll work for now. I can fix that later. There you go, grab the screenshots, DM you. Okay, yep, fair enough. We'll give Bite a moment on that. We'll give Bite a moment on that. Do I have a specific Archon Shard recommendation for Lavos? I am currently in the process of revisiting those bits and pieces, but when it comes to Lavos, generally speaking, I'd say that casting speed and the one to make it where you can have more corrosive procs are usually good ideas. If you go for the Tau Forge of the corrosive procs, you can get away with just one shard. You won't full strip, but you'll hit 98% armor strip with corrosive procs alone, and that is amazing. And the casting speed shard is just great to have. Casting speed is amazing on so many frames. Also, I see we have a request from Ellie to switch up the music. Alright. Let's get rid of the in-game music. Ellie said it's the end of that. Instead, they want us to switch it up with some lo-fi, which we can absolutely do. Let me just get that playlist here. Boop. We'll just wait for Byte to send over what Byte's got. Like the neon green on the snakes. This isn't the usual approach I want to go with it. I mean, it looks nice right now. I do see that. But it's a little bit too Scaldra. And that's what I did with Cytonine, so I'm going to be changing this back to the more lava approach later. You put 2 Tau Greens on Lavos Max Corrosive Strip. I mean, you don't need 2 Taus to do that, but sure, why not? You just realised the stakes of physics? Yeah, just a bit, yeah. From Buffin, found an interaction between Cedar and Valence Formation. That means you don't want to run both at the same time. Valence Formation's forced procs override Cedar Alt Fire's forced HSEB procs. Oh. Well, that's terrible, isn't it? Definitely bug report that one. Which element strips armor? Corrosive? Correct. Heat also does an armor strip, but it's a fixed 50%. Corrosive, it's based on the number of procs applied. Hey, Byte, where's that message at, man? Where's the message at? You promised me details. I'll give him a moment. Melisito, so excited to play Lavos Prime. Just waited for the weekly resets to get the day standing and rank him up at the same time. Hey, fair do. Fair do. Right, we got a message come through. Here it is from Byte. Shards are 5 towel green toxin shards. Arcanes are a flex slot. Okie dokie. That's splendid. So let's have a look at this. What are they using? So yeah, this was... This can all go out. So you are using a mecha approach. Absolutely fine. Mecha empowered. Mecha pulse. It's probably going to have to sit over here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all this because of the typing, but let's see how this goes. So you've got Arcane Continuity, Narrow-Minded, near fully ranked up. Okay, I'll just put the fully one up there. Precision Intensify. Got Augur, Message. Mecha Pulse, what do we got on? Valence Formation. Just currently not quite working, isn't it? Anyway, that's fine. Constitution is necessary. And what am I missing here? Adaptation. Well, I've moved that there. Do I have a low rank adaptation? Not that low. Oh wait, I can do this. There we go. There we go. Now I can make that work. Alright. And Power Drift I can't afford to include right now. Let's swap out Impetus here for Augmented. Because as much as Impetus does give us various benefits, I don't know if I'm going to be qualifying enough for that to be Augmented. Actually, no, maybe I should. No, look at it. Maybe I should be able to do that. Yeah. Okay. Did Roseline get sent this build too? No idea. People pass builds around, maybe he did. But I have no idea on that matter. Okay, so we've got one hell of a duration bonus on this, which gives us apparently a bunch of something on the rest of the build. Basically only need 200 strength for it to work. Sorry, what? Byte saying you only need 200% strength for it to work. The build you have is 115, mate. What do you mean you only need 200 when the build you sent me doesn't have 200? Can you follow through on what the hell that means? Precision Intensify? Oh, right. Of course, yeah. Precision Intensify plus your Power Drift. Never mind, yeah. It's Ken being a dumb. Dumb-dumbed that one. I don't know if I can improve this enough to get anything into there. So I'm just going to have to suffer that one. That's fine. Now you said 5 shards for Toxin. I wonder if going 4 shards and then 1 for Strength is going to be the better choice here. Well, at the very least, let's fuse up a couple of these. Because how much stellar have I got? Yeah, I've got enough. I need 2 impetus procs to reach it. Oh, good point, actually. Yeah, I'll reach it automatically. So I might as well go for the full whack of greens. I'll be fine. Hey, nope. No. Wrong button. There we go. Alright, and let's start slapping these in. Toxin says effects deal more damage. And last one. Gibinji, you're already in the giveaway. You already got your ticket. Okay, well, not the way I thought I was going to 5-shard Lavos today, but there we go. What funny are we doing now? We're about to find out if it's funny or not. Let's give this a whirl. I'm going to keep Torrid equipped. It's strong. Because there is apparently a bug with it, let's go to a lower tier mission of the same, just to balance out the effects. See what happens. if you're looking for Requiem mods to trade, you should probably be heading on over to warframe.market. You'll find people willing to trade there, not so much on a live stream. Cheers.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on.
Alright, so how does this work?
Auxiliary life support.
Oh, right. I forgot a crucial part of it. Forgot a very, very crucial part of it. Let's just pop out of there. There we go. Arsenal. Who win? We're about to win, that's what. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Requiem mods on Warframe Market, you look for 0 or 3. Rank 3. Rank 0 is expired and ready to be transmuted.
And you may yet avoid it. Trust in your training.
Life support has been cut off.
Alright.
They're trying to choke you out.
Bop.
Hold on.
Bop.
I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Let's see what happened here. Well, I'm gonna die, that's what. I have no vitality equipped. Ah, gotta bear that in mind. Then my grace is much, much weaker than normal. There we go. Okay. Now I've got all of that armor bonus. That's certainly doing a little bit more work. You there, murder me. At least I try to. Come on, you can do it. Oh shit. Okay, he was taking too long to murder me. I hate playing Lavos with no fucking vitality equipped. No, now they're all going to die? No, oh shit.
Life support on
How?
the way.
I can't self-revive. No. Shit. God damn it. Alright. This is disgusting. Bite, how do you run a build with no fucking vitality on it? Ew.
My assistance will increase your probability of success.
Okay, I probably shouldn't have stood still there, but I was too busy wondering what I've misclicked. Turns out I was pressing the wrong button.
Capsule to Peter.
And now I've got a goddamn lich, because I die so rarely in missions. They spawn every time I die. The build's not in a good spot right now? Fair enough. You did say that. Should use the invisible Kubro? Then how are they going to attack for the retaliation to happen? If we're invisible, how does the whole ward thing trigger? Because I thought it was retaliatory. Yes, chronology, yeah. A lich can spawn when you die. Will go down in a mission. So if you rarely go down, then it's almost ready for it. Oh, is it just a basic AoE around you? Oh, I was waiting for them to perish. Well, if it's just an AoE around you, where is it?
Get ready for a capsule.
This feels pathetic. Oh, let's turn on the damage number so I can have a better idea what's actually happening here, seeing as I'm not shooting. Sorry, I was expecting retaliation to be the name of the game. Was that 1.8k? Okay, now it's triggered the mecha sets. We're just going to wait for that to spread like wildfire for a bit.
Additional life support has
Oh, that's disgustingly low. That is disgustingly low, and I have to hunt out the mark. Where's the mark? Is there a mark over here? No, is there a mark over here? Where's the mark? I need to find and stand next to the mark. There's the mark. You there. Before I perish, please perish. Perish, 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 perish. Is this a fake mark? This might be a fake mark. Doggo is down as well. You know what? Bite, this is terrible. This isn't just bad at the moment, this is terrible. I hate everything about this. This isn't funny. This is just bad. I'm bored of that one. Let's get out. It can work. I mean, it can work. Sounds like the same kind of explanation someone gives for using a mining laser to kill an Eidolon. Sure, it can work, but I need a lot better than can. You gotta remember, if I'm gonna put this kind of thing into a video, then it needs to be something that can be done by people with room temperature IQ. And instead, Lavos became a room temperature corpse. You did warn me it's horrendous and bugged the fuck out. I mean, I don't know if you used as many words as that. A horrendous build? Okay, you did say a horrendous build, but it's definitely funny when it works. I didn't take that to mean it's a horrendous build as in it literally doesn't work enough to matter right now. In Celsius or Fahrenheit? Obviously Celsius, I'm British. Come on now. But yeah, that... I feel like the way you phrased that did not adequately prepare me for just how utterly unworkably shit that was. I've just invested a lot of resources into something that could have been described a little bit better than horrendous build, but it's definitely funny when it works. That's not working. That is a waste of my bile. Thank you very much, Bite. Consider your suggestions to be under extreme suspicion forever going forwards. And I'm serious about that. Let's feed up these limited resources. And then continue to fix this. There we go. God damn. You're a 7 main, not a Lavos main, can you some slack? No slack whatsoever, Bite. That was your communication. That was on you. I even had well more than 200% strength, all told. Still not enough. Alright, well, let's murder the hell out of that build and never look at it again. There we go. And let's continue our way down our options. Empower, terrible choice, we don't need it. Energized munitions is energized munitions. There's nothing about Lavos that's interesting about that. I don't think it even affects heavy weapons, does it? Doesn't matter if it does. Lavos can reset them, it's fine. Ensnare is another general control ability. I don't think Lavos needs to care about it, so I won't. Evade we've already seen and made use of. Expedite Suffering is relatively obvious. Condense all toxin into a single damage instance. The slash doesn't matter. Fire Blast. No. No. Firewalker. Don't see any value to us. Fracture Blast makes it where enemies will drop orbs more, so if you really want the orbs there, that's a thing, but I don't think that's really necessary. Gloom. I don't see Gloom really being a good option for Lavos. Like, he can use it, I just don't know if it's really worth it. You'd like to know the code for the ticket, can someone help you out? So you've got here knowing that you need to claim a ticket, but you don't know how to claim a ticket. It's in every single post I put out about the giveaway. It's also under the exclamation mark raffle, which is in the title. I don't want to be overly harsh because you just arrived here, but like... It's pretty much everywhere I could put it. Now, they're asking for the command alley. There's nothing else it could be. How do you level up the helminth? You level up helminth by subsuming frames to it, by feeding it, by infusing abilities, and by using invigorations. Any of those will do it. Any of those will do it. I'm going to come back to Gloom, because at the moment I just feel frustrated with the idea of it, but it might actually be worthwhile. I'll come back to it. Hideous Resistance? No. If you need that explaining to you, you've clearly never even begun to look at Lavos. Watch the guides first. Ice Wave is just a pretty bad ability in the first place. We're not going to use that. Infested Mobility. Does Lavos need more yeet? More yeet is always fun, but I don't know that I should really subsume more yeet. Make Loki even more irrelevant, make Yeet Lavos. I mean, let's combo it. Because I can, let's combo it. Let's use my last 7% of Pile. Good god, that is perfectly matched. Alright. Let's subsume off Catalyze, because it's just always the one we do. Does Particle Velocity affect Vile Rush? No. Vile Rush is affected in distance by range. Speed is unaffected by anything. Let's do this. Let's just do this. How does Gloom work with no energy? It becomes a duration-based ability. Oh, fair enough, Morphin. Fair enough. Corrosive projection. Yeah, sure, why not? Got no reason to care otherwise. Let's grab ourselves not acceleration. Consequence. There we go. Let's grab ourselves velocity. Not velocity, agility. That's the one. Particle velocity. There we go. And Firewalker can go on to there. We go. Let's use defensive mods because defensive mods are fun. And it's also going to give us some strength onto this. Ooh, there it is. Let's get some duration in here. We don't care about range, so we can just tank that because it... let's get some more strength into here. We can fit on a blind rage. Let's see. Got this spare deep polarity. I should probably put some adaptations. We've still got the tank. The idea. And let's go for... Oh yeah, obviously I can't use that one. Oh, I could precision. Nah, we're fine. I'll just do that. Cool. And if we're going to yeet everywhere, we absolutely do not want to get knocked down because that'll just be embarrassing. Alright, cool. Yeet. May not be the smartest use of yeet, but it's yeet. Let's do this. I think infested mobility is recastable? Actually, I'm not sure if it is. Let me double check. Infested mobility. Is it recastable? Cannot be recast. Damn. Okay, so we are going to be on cooldown when it runs out. That's frustrating. That is frustrating because my ability to remove that cooldown is pretty bad. Oh well. It's fine. We'll just have 15.92 seconds of greatness and 10 seconds of sadness. It's fine. Okay then. Let's switch over to the Fullman Prime and go do a capture mission. Oh, and switch companion. There we are. Let's start with a capture mission. Avoid capture, normal mode. Even though I put all that tank on, I don't care. Have transmutation orb? Yeah, but with no efficiency. So it's pretty crappy.
You are here to
I've heard you, Bite. I've heard you. I've seen your message. It's all good. We've moved on. Well, he was never going to hit me. Well, he was never going to hit me. I need more enemies. There we go. Alright then. Need a bigger room.
Target located.
Fucking Christ. Okay, whoa, hey. And we're moving. Where'd it go? Where's my target? There you are. Alright, that was a little bit bonkers, wasn't it?
Let our target know we're here. Track them down quickly.
Oh, okay, I'm up here now.
We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Yeet. Whew, God damn. Coming through. Out my way. Excuse me. Slamming through. Whip. Out. Back this way. There we are.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Try on the planes? Yeah, I need to do that. I need to take this straight to the planes. Alright. Dual Zoran with this in the open world? Does Dual Zoran base itself on parkour velocity? Sure it does. Anyway, yeah, free world. Free world, free roam. Open world. Both of those. So this is definitely definitely daft. The absolute inability to turn, that's why you slam. Okay, so we're going to start this off nice and gentle. Okay, nothing too crazy. Just going to hop over that. I didn't mean to do that, but it's fine. We're just going to go for a little stroll, okay? We're just going to go for a little stroll over here. Absolutely nothing to worry about. Everything is calm. Everything is tranquil. Another nice, lovely lo-fi quietly in the background. I'm just going to go poke these Grineer over here. Then one of them hits me, and then I get the headshot, and then I activate this, and then... then we just launch. Yep, alright. I mean, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I expected a little bit more dramatic, I'll be honest. I expected it to be a bit more dramatic. Comes to something when I feel limited by gravity. Yeah, stay lower to the ground, that's better. That feels better. Oh, it ran out. Let's get another headshot or two over here. Hi, please shoot me. Thank you. I mean, it's daft. Oh yeah, Worm is bugging out. Poor Worm. Absolutely no chance. But the cooldown really brings this down. I think this still works better on Loki. Yeet Loki was just far more fun. Yeet Loki was just made for this. Whereas Lavos, yeah, the cooldowns. Let's get out of here. It's funny that this is just unusable in Fisher missions. Oh god, yeah, the strength bonus. That would be ridiculous, yeah. Alright. Have I played Yeet Loki since a rework? I have not. I broke Yeet Loki, so I'd need to fix it. What's Yeet Loki? Loki with all the parkour velocity. It was a meme. It was back when Loki had almost no place in the game. So I just gave it parkour velocity. If you wonder how much, all of it. All of it. Byte wanting us to switch to some vocal rock for a bit. We can do that. We can absolutely do that. There we go. Get that going. Just super fast parkour? Pretty much, yeah. Loki went yeet. So, it worked. Right. Infested mobility, just... yeah, the cooldown limitations and other stuff, and it's just better things we can do. It was funny for a moment, but not funny enough. Lava, grouping ability, same as with Ensnare and with Airburst, don't really want or need it. Lull on Lavos just sounds wrong. So no. Lycof's Hunt. All it really does for us is give us orbs. And we don't need that, so no. Yeet Loki is in the Loki who could cross half the planes in one bullet jump. Pretty much, yeah. It just sent it, yeah. Have I tried Ensnare on him? I've not tried Ensnare, but I know what it'll do. It'll just do Ensnare, and Lavos doesn't really need Ensnare. So, it's not of interest to me. Mark for Death, we already talked about. It's a bad idea. Master Summons, absolutely not. Mind Control is not really a great ability in the first place, I'll be quite honest, so I don't really need that. Molt is just no. Nourish is also just no. None of the benefits are benefits we care about. Null Star for damage reduction and damage output, neither which way I see it really being relevant enough. Nova can make it work because Nova has access to other options, including helminthing something to boost Null Star. So, not feeling great on that one. Hello, Penguin. Cheers to hydrate. Ooh. Morning to you as well. Now, do I think there's an All-Star Augment build to be had? Not enough that it needs to exist on Lavos, no. Because, again, you've got to remember there's the 10-second cooldown, so Lavos can't spam it. Lavos can't spam it. Lavos would need to be using constant cooldown reduction effects to recycle the ability to get it back again, and that's just going to kill it. That's just going to kill it, because either you're not killing the enemies, in which case why are you doing it, or you are killing them, and now there's nothing left to get your cooldowns back from. So yeah, no, that just sounds terrible to me. Omamori, absolutely not. I'm not impressed with the ability in general. Putting this onto Lavos just sounds stupid. Often eyes. Sure, okay, we get a defense reduction over time effect. Can't say I really am that enthralled by it. Deals a poxy amount of damage, has a little bit of a slowing effect as well. Doesn't have the revive of allies for some reason. Doesn't feel great. I just don't like this ability in general. It's just too slow to do anything interesting to me. Parasitic armor with what shields? I know they got improved with the with the Prime version, but it's still only a few hundred shields. No. Perspicacity. You don't need a build for it. If you want to play Lavos and use Perspicacity, I can't stop you. Live your best life. Petrify. I suppose it allowed Lavos to gain bonus loot when used with Ore Gaze. And Lavos can handle a range strength build. I just don't really see that that's something you'd need to do. But then none of today has been about needs, so let's see how it fits. Let's put this onto the test build. What do we replace? We're going to replace Catalyze. If we're doing Petrify, we're not doing Catalyze stuff. So let's have a look at that. Also, whilst we're at it, I'm going to fix that emissive colour, because as much as the yellow is brighten in your face, it's also brighten in your face, and I don't want that. So let's fix that. The last vestige of that hell that we dealt with. There we go. That's better. Right. Let's build this. Bubbly, 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 bip. I probably didn't need to remove half of those mods, but it's fine. In fact, let's just take you, copy you to you, and then I'll fix it from there for what I need. There we are. Okay, so in order for this to do the things we need it to do, we are going to need to have the augment. I don't think Swift Bite's going to be necessary, so let's take that off. Because we're going to get enough cooldown reduction from our transmutation probe. It's only going to be a 10-second cooldown. That should be fine. We don't need to spam this. What we do want is strength. So let's take off overextended, bring our strength back, and we can get range instead from something like stretch. How are we going to do that? Take you off. Slot you in that way. So now we keep our strength, get a little bit more range. Kind of, sort of works a bit. Yeah. Yeah, we'll work with it. Would Smite work well with Lavos because of the high strength we've got? I mean, you can make him high strength, but he's not really a high strength if you're putting in enough tank to keep him alive. Is this one that could benefit from Precision Intensify? Thing is with that, we'll be dropping our tank again to get a teeny tiny bit more strength, 13% more. Oh yeah, I can switch that around. Derp. Thank you. Which means I can put this back. Yay! Much better. I'm doing that to hurt people. I'm going to be very honest about that. I'm doing that to hurt people. Alright then. Let's swap out the agility. We don't need to be agile about this. And let's go for augmented. Because then we get even more strength and that stacks up. Yada yada. Blah 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 blah. Also, we could go like 5 Tau Forged Reds to get even more strength if you wanted to go that route. It's a thing, but I don't really care to explore the concept right now. Let's grab... Let's go back to Bursting. Yep. This'll be good. Exactly, Grim Pants. Yeah, exactly. Umbral set adaptation to augments really does limit the options. And that's the thing, Lavos is taking a lot of mods to try and make that work. It's some serious trade-offs, but we get some serious benefits for those trade-offs. We could absolutely ditch Valence Formation, but it's a pretty integral part of what makes Lavos Lavos, so it's a hard call to make. It is a hard call to make. Right. Let's not go Ceres this time. Let's go back up to Sedna, go to Selkie, run a mission. I do love this mission just as a kind of a general thing. Yeah. Hey, bye. I switched from a stretch mod to a stretch mod. It's still stretch. Whereas when I listened to you, I switched from a build to a mistake. That's a difference.
Your weapons make music, and the enemy.
Let's make some music, shall we? Hello, Benovu. Hello, Bowser. Welcome in, both of you.
They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Gaze. And boop. So yeah, that works. I find I'm burning through the enemies a lot quicker than I thought I would. So maybe I should have kept that Swift Bite after all and not the Valence Formation. Now that I think about it, that would have been the better play, yeah. But in terms of it being an option for lootable control, absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yep, that is Orgaze doing Orgaze. I got nothing wrong with that, but yeah, switching out the Valence Formation for Swift Bite, definitely the correct choice here. We need that extra cooldown. What does Lavos actually do? That sounds like you need to watch my guides rather than just ask the very broad question, because he's a Warframe with abilities, but like, where do I even start with that question, you know? Where do I even start? Yeah, you definitely want to check out the Why Lavos video.
I delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Also, fun fact, I just cast Orgaze or Petrify twice in a row there, and it was immediately off cooldown. Such is the nature of a well-placed transmutation probe. I love being able to triple cast when I get the angle just right. Angle and timing, I suppose. Yeah, I think this proof of concept has gone far enough. We know what this is doing. I'm not going to stick around the mission and keep the basic loot. It's more proof of concept. But in terms of proof of concept, it's demonstrative, yeah. It's a weapon platform Warframe. It could be a lot of things. Again, I highly recommend you check out the Why Lavos video to understand that further. Right, so Swift Bite into there instead. If we're going to go for a Orgaze build, this seems to be about the approach whilst maintaining that tank. You could drop Prime Sure-Footed for a little bit more strength, but that doesn't really matter. You could again go for a little bit more strength overall and Intensify with Precision. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's an extra loot to shoot approach, similar to how this can find you extra loot. It's not really much to talk about with it, but it exists. How specifically do you get to triple cast? So you cast, probe, cast, and because you've done your second cast so quickly, the probe hasn't travelled far enough to hit more enemies. There's still some remaining. So whilst you then make your third cast, it hits more enemies, immediately removing that cooldown. I think the base is 1.5 seconds per enemy. So if you hit 7 enemies, that's 10.5 seconds, instant removal of cooldown. Even if you only hit 6, 6 is 9 seconds removal. There's like a 1 second cast time you'll have in general anyway, so you're good. That's how you get the triple cast. You need to hit enough enemies at the start of the probe and then beyond the start of the probe. It's a matter of practice in terms of lining things up. Practice and luck. It's luck to have enough enemies in the right corridor to be able to do it. Most usefully is if I could do it with, say, a Vile Rush. I dash forwards, I end up in a group of enemies, I cast the 3, immediately dash because of the cooldown from the immediate group around me, and by the time the dash finishes, the next one's already off its 5-second cooldown as well. And for Vile Rush it works very well because it's got such a short cooldown. So dash, probe, dash, dash. It just feels amazing when you can pull it off and get the max distance on it. It really does feel good. Is there a means to slow down the probe? I think you can recast to tell it to stop in place, but then it stops in place. That's no good. Slowing it down? No. So, we've had a look at Petrify. We're all the way down here now. Pillage. Is Pillage Lavos really something I even want to consider? It's going to take so much strength to make that work. And as much as we can say, oh, well, he doesn't need energy, so blind rage, yeah, but then we're stuck with cooldowns. I don't think this is going to be a good idea, just looking at it. Pillage already is an awkward ability, but yeah. I don't think Lavos wants it. If you really want to remove a lot of armor from a lot of enemies, slap on the corrosive shards and use corrosive. Job's a good one. Pull. It's too brief of an ability. We'll be constantly trying to reset the cooldown to try and continue to get value out of it. We don't need it. Quiver. Up until 1999, I would have considered this as a meme opportunity for Lavos. But having seen how Lavos can use evade, this is pointless. Even the whole tricksy play of attaching it to your sentinels so that a bubble of invisibility follows you, it's just not good enough now that we've got evade and Lavos can cheese evade's cooldown. So, not interested in Quiver now. Plus, getting it to hit your sentinel is such a ball ache. Radial Blind. No. Radial Blind is just Breach Surge but worse, so no. Reeve, I don't see any value in that. It's not like we can do Reeve Raw, so we're missing out on that kind of scaling. As much as we can apply Viral to try and buff it, it's just not worth the hassle. Alright, Banish Lavos, we're well past that bite. Bite! Just because you have terrible takes doesn't mean you need to bring out more terrible takes. You're fine. You've made your point. Your takes are dire. Rebuild shields. No one wants this ability. No one. Would Reeve Vile Rush combo at all in some way? I can't see it comboing usefully, no. Because, sure, you can Reeve and Vile Rush, or Vile Rush then Reeve to get a bit more distance, or you can just do the triple dash I talked about. It's fine, so, nah. Nourish levels? No. Alright, Sentient Wrath. Again, it's a control ability. It adds damage vulnerability to the targets, but I don't think we really want to care about that. One up. Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, I scrolled a line. Yep, Resonator. A pacifying control ability. It's an option. I don't know if we'd want it. Like, what are we achieving with this that Lavos needs to achieve versus other frames? What do we gain from this? I again don't see it. I just don't see it. Last tank Lavos, it's unimportant, it's useless. Is the giveaway still going? It is indeed. Yep, it's got 19 minutes left on it. 19 minutes left on it. Rest and Rage, it's something you want to spam. Lavos can't spam, so nope. Roar is an obvious one, so we don't talk about that. Sentient Wrath, again, I'm just not feeling it. Shock, no, because the only reason to want Shock is to want Shock Trooper, and we have Valence Formation, so no. Ensnare? No. Here's the thing, Ensnare is just a grouping ability. There is nothing about Lavos' kit that needs a group in that way. So Lavos doesn't benefit from Ensnare any more than any other Warframe. It's not like with Golden Instinct or Evade, where Lavos uniquely can fix their cooldowns. Ensnare is just Ensnare, and he basically just doesn't benefit from it. Not in a way that matters. Shooting Gallery, again, I don't see the value on it to us. Rest and Rage Dormant spreads the effect. The spread range isn't that amazing, I'll be honest with you. And again, if you're relying on that to spread it to enemies, if you go for a stealth approach, you might as well go for Evade instead. I just don't vibe with it. Certainly not for the limitations Lavos would experience. If you get even slightly misplaced, you're on a 10-second cooldown, and sure, you put one enemy to sleep, there's still a bunch of others you need to deal with. And as soon as they see you, there's all stealth gone, the entire point of Rest and Rage has failed. It's just not no. Sickening Pulse. Emit a pulse that adds status effects, stacks of status effects already afflicting enemies, except for Slash, Heat, and Toxin, which are duplicated with fresh timers. I feel like this one should be considered. I've got to find a way to try and make this one work. Let's do it. The Petrify build... Is the Petrify build worth keeping around to talk about? Expedite Suffering? Nah. Let's try this. I'm going to put it onto E. We'll keep the D around for now. I don't want to mess with Orgaze right this second, because, I mean, it's not the stupidest idea, putting loot onto Lavos. Lootfos, why not? But we'll have a look at this. On a slightly unrelated note, I'm going to need to be back in just one moment, chat. Don't you go anywhere. Definitely don't fill up the chat with drones. I'll be back in just a second, and definitely make sure you have your tickets. BRB. Hello again. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's have a look then. Sickening Pulse. We'll need to feed the Hive Mind once again for this. Let's Grot Drool. Let's Ivari. Don't know what I ever need that for. And Missile Pods. Let's get all the pheromone stuff. You. Nah, that's good enough there. Chaotic, I've got plenty of that. Shove it in. Let's go with the Thermal Sludge. Got a bunch of that. Tycho Plate. Got a bunch of that. There we go. Oh, I see, Esprit, I see. I will consider your suggestion. Also, bite requested light change. Ah, okay, yep. Boop. There we are, back to blue. Back to blue. There we are. Okay, so, Sickening Pulse, let's infuse you. Let's infuse it over Vile Rush. There we go. Let's see what we can get out of this. Queen also requesting that we switch to some EDM in the background. Alright. Let's do a quick switch on that. There we are. Okay, so. The Sickening Pulse, We got cooldown on it, duration, range, blah, 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 blah. Alright. What's that duration stat actually doing? I'll be quite honest, I've forgotten how that works. Sickening Pulse. It's the expansion duration. Okay. Oh, initial radius of 8 meters expands out 20 meters per second, so that's why it says a radius of 48 meters. It's based on duration. The actual range of it doesn't really matter. Curious. But the rest of Lavos' kit is going to want to have range. That's... okay. Okay, we'll work with it. Let's, as a starting point, just copy over the main build to config. And take it from there. Similar to Pillage? Yeah. It's using Pillage, Nova's 4th, I forget the name of it right now for some reason. That kind of approach. Did we try Elemental Ward? Guessing based on the emissive color? I mean, the emissive color is not Elemental Ward right now, but we did give it a try and it sucked. Okay, so what do we need and want with this to get the value out of it? Does Sickening Pulse go through walls? Direct line of sight. Damn. Direct line of sight. Okay. We'll work with what we got then. Let's switch out agility for augmented. Get the extra strength lazily here. And let's see. So you have got Fence Formation, Swift Bite. Should do the trick for everything we needed to do right now. Yeah. Let's just try and make it work. Let's just try it. I am going to defang my companion, just to focus more on what Lavos is doing rather than the companion. Companion, go burr. Okay, so... let's drop into a survival. See if we can cast, blast, absolutely smash. See what happens. Not using Cedo, because that's kind of cheating when it comes to Lavos.
Your enemies have grown fierce. Use all that you have learned.
Here we go.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out.
So I've got no viral bonuses I can apply here, so that will limit me. Let's pop this out now. I couldn't see where the radius of that was. Oh, not enough efficiency for that to have cooled down directly. That's unfortunate. I'm just putting gas on, but see what happens. Yeah, let's focus heat. Heat's the good one. I didn't even see if that did anything. Okay, things are burning. Things are burning. If things are burning, it's usually good news. It's a weird sound to that ability. It doesn't... again, it just doesn't feel amazing. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything different as a result of the ability.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area.
Maybe I'm just losing it in the sea of damage numbers, but... oh, sorry about that work. It just... no, it doesn't feel like I'm achieving anything with it. Like, yeah, there's extra heat proc, but it just doesn't feel like I've made enough of a difference with it to justify the ability.
Life support on the way.
Do I think Lavos will get any QOL changes in the future? Don't know. It all depends on what D decides to work on next. At least the aura of this Sickening Pulse, it follows you, similar to Pillage. So you can move into LOS of enemies to affect the ones that weren't originally there. Oops, that was a miscast. There we go. Send out that effect. Follow it up. Where is that Xmas? I'm trying to focus on ability damage kills. Everything's on cooldown, damn it. There we are. I'm taking a lot of heat damage, stood there. Yeah, I'm not enthused by this. I'm not enthused by it. Yeah, I've got 300 kills in 4 minutes. It's... I know I'm hard focusing on the abilities and not using other supports like Cedo, but I shouldn't need to be using Cedo to make up for an entire helminth ability. Also, I think I'm nerfing myself against Misery here, because I think I'm wiping out the big heat procs when I cast the other abilities.
The operative has just made their first discovery.
There we are. We managed to get to the 5-minute mark with just ability casting, but yeah, I'm going to get out. I just tried to use Vile Rush. Not going to lie there. Yeah, a regular Lavos nuke build is just going to be fine, especially if you do a Lavos Mecha Nuke. Because Lavos Mecha Nuke kind of goes hard. That's why? What's your why? Where's the rest of the comment? Are you going to force me to scroll up to try and find your why? Controller. Oh, you might actually be on about something else entirely. Fair enough. There was a reply to someone. Got it. But yeah. Alright. Sickening Pulse did not entertain me that. Quick reminder, y'all, you've got 2 minutes left to grab tickets. 2 minutes left to grab tickets. Let's see. Quick run through. Silence is silence. It works the way it works. You don't need any breakdown on how that works. Smite. I just don't see it giving value, I'll be honest. What the hell is this track? There we go. Ew. Spectre Rage. The only real reason people subsume it is for the augment to give you energy. We're Lavos, we don't care about this. Spellbind, no. Tempest Barrage. I don't see that being useful to Lavos, let's be real. Even with Viral Tempest, I don't see that being useful. We can just apply the procs ourselves. Terra 5, Armor Reduction. You can just use Corrosive. Like, okay, sure, it's an option, but you could just use Corrosive, it's fine. Queen, I know you kind of like that one. Unfortunately, Queen, you seem to have pretty terrible taste when it comes to this music. So, yeah, no, I'm not going to keep it on when it really just sounds like they were spamming every noise in the machine. Also, we have a request to switch to lo-fi instead. There we are. Yep, that's running. Cool. Okay, so look at the rest of this. Tesla Nervos. I've seen Tesla Nervos do some crazy stuff at times, but I don't know that that crazy stuff is something that Lavos is going to be able to utilize. Like, there's nothing I can feel that would be special for Lavos enough, so... Given the time, I'm just going to skip past that thought. Thara Strike, again, the armor strip we don't need. This was one of the ones I was thinking could be interesting. However, scaling from heat status on enemies capped at 10 times ability damage. Before that nerf, I could see this doing something. Does Pillage also get cooldown when helmet on Lavos? Yeah. Yeah, any subsumed ability onto Lavos has cooldown. Either it's an 8-1 or default 10 seconds. Yeah, pre-nerf, this I could have seen going somewhere. Post-nerf, and the way that you need to build Lavos to try and get value out of it, I don't know how I see that working out. Vile Rush is innate. Voracious Metastasis, I think would do nothing for your allies, because you don't consume any energy. So that would suck. Warcry is Warcry, it's obvious what it does, it's nothing special. Well of Life... Nope. No, I don't see any benefit to Lavos specifically there. Wouldn't Thermal Sun essentially just be a nerfed Catalyze on Lavos? It would be a 10-second cooldown rather than 30. So that would be the potential there. But aside from that, pretty much yes. Raffle Advance is, again, Raffle Advance. You don't need to be walked through on how that works. Word Scythes. I don't see why anyone would want this, let alone Lavos. Zarta's Whisper. It's a generalized buff. The generalized buffs do work. Raffle Advance works. Warcry works. Zarta's Whisper works. Roar works. Eclipse works. You don't really need to think about it. Silence works. If you're looking to solve issues you're having in those ways, there's nothing special to it. They just work. Breach Surge, again, another good one. I dare say, out of all of this, other than the pre-existing knowledge about Golden Instinct, the one that stands out to me the most is what we've managed to do with Evade today. The subsumes all have 10-second cooldown unless they have a different innate cooldown. That's what. But yeah. Aside from this, most of the rest of it has been a bit pants, unfortunately. How does Gloom work? Oh yeah, we never got around to doing that one. Let's do the Gloom one. I did say we were going to sort that. So let's have a look at what's happening with Gloom. Sickening Pulse annoyed me, so let's go with that. If you're going to go Gloom, you're probably not going to use Catalyze, I want to guess. Yeah. Is Golden Instinct in one of the videos? It's in 2 of them. 3 of them. Golden Instinct is mentioned, I think, in the initial Swift Buy video. It's mentioned again in the How to Farm Former Boosters and Endo in 1 video. And it's mentioned again in the updated Lavos guide. So yeah. Gloom is pants? I think Gloom's going to be pants, but I'm going to try it anyway. Let's infuse this into E. Let's infuse it over Catalyze, because I'm not going to use that with Gloom. Let's just see what happens. You don't use 1, because you don't need to heal from that. It's still a cooldown reduction. I do like my cooldown reductions. Plus, yeah, Ophidian Bite is a damn good heal ability, let's be honest. Alright, let's try this. Let's just give it a whirl, see what we can make of it. So, ideally enough duration that it's actually going to kick out somewhere. I mean, standard build, blah, 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 blah. Does the majority of what we need it to do straight up, doesn't it? Yeah. We also need plenty of strength to get that slow effect going though, so let's drop overextended so we can bring back a bunch of strength. How much do we need to hit max slow? Max slow on Gloom is... I'm going to look it up. Max slow... 272, strength 95%. Ooh, okay. Hello, engineer. Did I fix Varuna with a crit multiplayer buff? I have no idea, Deathgrin. No idea, sorry. I'll be honest, I only half have an idea as to what you're on about. So I can't answer that one, sorry. Try it out. See what happens for you. Okay, now if we're going to go Gloom, we probably want to keep Valence Formation for the fun stuff we can get from that. Problem is it leaves me a little bit stuck as to what I can actually put onto here. We are very stuck for capacity. I could try extending the range a bit. Might be an idea to extend the range a bit, to be honest. Is the giveaway winner being announced heroes on Discord? It'll be announced here first, and then after stream I'll put it on Discord and Blue Sky as well. I don't think there's a depolarity I want to be using here. So... hitting that strength is gonna be a difficult one. Not auras. There is a Mars Hatred which fits. It's only 15% strength, but it does fit. But yeah, we're still going to be short on the full strength amount without shards. Yeah, I'll be fine. Is Gloom cooldown at the beginning or end? At the end of the ability, because Gloom is not a recastable, it's a toggle. So, in Lavos' case, it becomes a duration ability that is non-recastable, is my understanding. Dr. will say, fourth ability, it's all Mar, just watch a video, there's a crit thing that wasn't applying correctly. I don't remember seeing a patch note saying that has changed, Deathgrin, so unless you have a different experience, assume that video is still correct. Use operator for the strength boost? True, yes I can. I can do that. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. For now, this gives us enough to get started, I suppose. Let's just give it a whirl. And let's switch up the weaponry again. Let's go with... Felarx. Why not? And no, let's use a Felarx. Alright. Let's go down here again. Nose continues to witch, as it do. We'll do this one mission, then I'll close up the entries and do the draw. Let's see how this happens.
Trust in your training.
I did not need a 1000 Infinity Orb pickup, but sure, why not?
I'm sending life support capsules your way.
So first of all, how slow can I make them? I mean, I'm going to freeze them solid because I'm Lavos, so... Alright, Gloom runs out, we recast, because we've already reset the cooldown. There we go, fully charged. Gloom has run out. Oh god, that is a long transition animation.
Life support on the way.
I was just constantly firing there. I wasn't aiming properly, I'll be honest. Damn it. Stop dying so quickly. I can't get full charge on the gun if you all die so quick. Suffering from greatness. There we go.
Activating it will buy you more
Yeah, it's slightly bonkers. Having to remember to recast Gloom is a weird feeling. Recasted the Gloom. But yeah, this isn't adding anything, is it? This isn't doing anything with Gloom that others can't already do. And if you need to freeze things, you just use your cold procs. I could just do that. Look at that, they're all frozen solid. There's nothing they can do. I don't need to use a subsume, I could just freeze them solid because he added that to the game. Yeah. What time is the draw? At the end of this mission, which is now, I'll be honest. I've seen everything I want to see from Gloom here. Cold blocks also work on Xmas to an extent? They do. To an extent, but yeah, they do. Yeah, no, that was... Gloom is uninteresting to me on Lavos because Lavos is just already an elemental master and has access to cold procs. So, screw Gloom, I guess. Gloom bad only lifesteal? We don't even need it for that. We can just use every other form of healing that exists, from Arcane Grace to Ophidian Bite to Solid just putting Life Strike on your melee. Other options exist, we don't need Gloom. We're fine without Gloom. And so, having dabbled into the daringly various helminths that can go onto Lavos, I think the craziest thing still remains that Lavos can do a no headshot evade build, and that... I wonder if DE had that in mind when they made it available to the helmet system. I wonder if they conceived of the idea of a Lavos ignoring the very headshot mechanic they said balanced it. You have to get headshots, otherwise there's a 60-second cooldown. Lavos goes, cooldown? Cooldown's the problem. Anyway, so let's find out then who's going to be enjoying themselves a lot more Lavos. If you have not yet grabbed yourself a ticket, this is your very, very last opportunity to grab it. If you've already grabbed a ticket, no point spamming the bot again. You only get one ticket. So, exclamation mark ticket in the chat for any last person who's already somehow failed to grab a ticket for the Lavos Prime Access giveaway. We'll be doing that draw in just 1 minute. This is for the complete Lavos Prime Access pack. So that means you get Lavos Prime, you get Cedo Prime, you get the Jewel Zoran Prime, you get the Lavos Prime glyphs, both light and dark variety, you get the Lavos Prime accessories, the armor pieces, you get the boosters, you get the platinum, the whole lot together. One single pack, straight to your account. Simple as that. So I'm going to be closing the draw very shortly. Let me find where the button is to close it, and I'll give you all a countdown. Bear in mind, there is going to be a stream delay, so 10, 9... I delay countdown because someone asked for a hydrate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Entries are closed. Entries are closed. If someone is late grabbing a ticket now, I have absolutely no care or concern on that because we are 13-ish minutes over anyway. So, not my problem. So, of those of you who have entered, someone wants to take a guess. How many tickets, chat? How many tickets do you think are in the giveaway today? How many tickets do you think are in the giveaway today for this Lavos Prime Access pack? They'll be thinking 3,000, we've got 200, 250, so a lot of guesses, 1 billion, as if I had 1 billion people tune in, I'd be doing something either really right or really wrong. God, could you imagine? Even assuming Twitch didn't crash, if I had 1 billion people watching me, yeah, that'd be horrifying. I can't process that concept. An eighth of the entire planet watching me would be insane. Like, when you take out the people who physically cannot watch streams due to either not having internet or not being awake, when you cut it down that way, like, that would be a significant portion of the waking internet-connected world. That would be insane. Anyway, the total number of entries is 580. 580 tickets claimed. But only one of you is going to be the winner. Only one of you. And that one person today is indeed going to be a Path Arch. Is that a Path Arch? I think a Path Arch. A Path Arch, congratulations, you are the winner today. APATHARCH. If that's a Path Arch, I hate the Arch anyway, but a Path Arch. Congratulations on winning that today. I will be contacting you very shortly after the stream to get a hold of your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status. Why? Ah, there we are. We got oh shit pinned from Cosmo. I was wondering why oh shit was pinned. It's because it's a Path themselves. There they are. Let me send you a very quick whisper. Let me give you that smile. And I'm just looking at this here. A Path claimed that ticket at 9:30. They claimed that ticket just over half hour ago. So, a Path. There is a whisper. There is a smiley face. I need your Warframe username, your platform, and if you have cross-save turned on or not. It's only happened once, but I'm still going to reiterate, for the love of God, do not send me your password. Platform. Platform. But as long as you send those over, I'll send you the full details after the end of the stream to get this pack sent your way. That is absolutely all entirely yours. And to everyone else who has joined in throughout the stream as well, you may have missed out on the Lavos Prime access, but you can still grab it yourself. You can still farm them in-game. I absolutely recommend it. I have farmed the entire set myself in-game. Can you send me your password anyway? Please don't. No. No. Mods, time out anyone who's joking about their password. We're not having passwords in chat because we've had them before now. It's been a problem. Anyway. It is about time now, unfortunately, that we need to raid on out of here into another part of the Warframe community. I know you love seeing so much Lavos, but now you're going to be going over to someone that doesn't appreciate him the way I do. It's a sad reality. It is a sad reality that more people in the community, at the very least, within the whole Warframe player base, there is more playtime on Eurali than there was on Lavos in 2024. More playtime on Eurali in this community than on Lavos in 2024. I just... No. It's mildly painful. Mildly painful. But hopefully, maybe, this year, things will turn around. Hey now, why I gotta hate on the escape frame? It's more how many other people hate on the escape frame that makes me wonder, how is Lavos still lower than that? But hey, it's fine. It's fine. Sorry, Ken, a useful kit and efficient play could never hope to overcome the power of anime thigh highs. I hate how true that probably is. I hate how true that probably is. Anyway, let's have a look. Who is actually live in the Warframe category today? You know, aside from me. I'm obviously wrapping up. Where can we go to? We've headed over to Gaz just recently. We've headed over to Ghoul and Ghoul recently. So whilst those are both options, can we mix it up a bit? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That's a lot of VTubers again today. Good lord. The proliferation continues. Like, any second now, it feels like I might turn into a VTuber. No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I may have put it on a maid outfit half a dozen times, but I'm not going to be a VTuber. Thank you very much. Y'all been missing out on this. No, let's see. We can go Archangel. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Let's go Archangel. I'm just going to load up their stream, get past any ads that might be there. Make sure they've got follower only mode on. They haven't. Yeah, we're going to absolutely break Archangel's mind today. Let's go. There we are. Raid is created. Alright then. that is all that we've got time for today. Thank you very, very much for tuning into the stream. All the announcements and details around the giveaway will be posted shortly after this as well. Congratulations once again to a Pathark on winning that there. And I'll see you all in the next Warframe stream on Wednesday. Until then, have a very good start to your week. Bye-bye.